Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back for another Saturday of mayhem, mischief, and murder. So it seems.
Yeah, sounds about
Full
right.
crew, full crew's back in tonight. We've got Colwyn, we've got Ed on Colwyn, we've got Abro on Denson, Dat on G Kaplan, Vinny on Jadis, and Nord on Malcolm. If you've missed a couple of sessions ago, the characters got switched around. We do have a party split sort of thing coming up. Two parties running. Two concurrent campaigns sort of running within the one campaign, focusing on the same thing from different angles. It's weird.
We like a challenge.
Yeah. And if any group can handle it, it's these guys. They really, it has been an absolute privilege GMing for such top-notch RPs.
We're all gonna die. It's been too nice, guys.
Anyway, would someone like to give me a recap from last week before we just all look at Tris and go, yes, please tell us what happened from your copious notes?
Can't talk, eating.
Okay, that's Colin out.
That's head out. Well,
What did Denton get up
I
to last
suppose.
week?
Well, Denzin was investigating the poison stuff, which he found fascinating. And if everybody remembers, he decided to blow up the alchemist. He has since received some.
He didn't decide to. He don't pretend that happened on purpose.
Well, the heat cocked up, so it went boom. To be quite honest, he was probably going to do something anyway. But yeah, and tried to find out more about it. And eventually, he managed to get a meeting with Earl Jacob, or Jack as we know him, who managed to put him in the direction of a very strange elf with mushrooms growing on him. Where he discovered some of the poison and that he was part of the supply chain. Given certain instructions he was given, he extracted information from them and they wound up dead in a barrel, which he sealed.
Yep.
He will take things further forward once he's managed to.
He's basically staking out now.
Yeah, he's basically staking out at the moment. But is currently hunting down those who have got this golden kiss poison, which is incredibly deadly. Did we discover if there was an antidote or not?
Not yet.
But anyway, there was
Have you
yes,
sent
there was a bit of an altercation with the people who were running the supplies. So yeah,
altercation? You murdered them in a heartbeat. They barely had a chance to blink.
well, that was the idea. Yeah, he's doing his job after all.
Between bloody one thing and the next, sorcerer and your bloody sorcery points, bloody blame, and they're dead.
Pretty much.
They didn't have a lot of
Yeah.
hit points. They weren't bloody very combat orientated.
No.
They were merchants, man. Poor innocent merchants.
Innocent,
Well,
my
innocence. Anyway, that was what Denson got up to. Does Kaplan or Malcolm want to update what happened there with them?
Kaplan had some fittings.
Made quite a lot of sum of money off Lady Catherine of Eastwatch.
Yes. Malcolm had also had a conversation with Jack previously about this poison, and had giving similar directions from
was-
which Lady Catherine handed to Malcolm on behalf of Jack.
You say handed. You found the note in your pocket. You didn't actually see her do it.
Oh, didn't she? Well, yes. He noticed her putting it in his pocket.
Mm.
Um. And what else happened there? Well, Denson came by, or was that the session before?
Session before, I think.
Yeah.
You guys spent a lot of time in the fitting room talking to Lady Catherine. You also did the thing with, I believe, the Jeffrey and the pin bit tattoo that you got there.
Yes, had it investigated a bit more, showed it to a certain amount of people. Some were more disgusted than others.
Carrick was like, "What the frick, man?"
It's skin. It's never seen skin before.
Uh
I mean, there are tanners all around.
huh. Anyway,
But yeah, the end of it all, after the fitting session and stuff, Malcolm has decided that it's time to follow up on this lead he was handed from Jack and investigate this weird mushroom elf and kobold.
yep, Jadis. Do you remember what
Yes.
exciting things happened for your kitty cat?
Yes, finally somebody has come to relieve her of the gout.
Yep.
Basically. And
Mm.
administer her examination for her dancer's exam.
Mm-hmm.
And sort out Daisy as well.
Yes. No. The valuation for Daisy was what you suggest was your responsibility. You decided she's past that, and you were
Yes.
going colour shopping, I believe.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And costume shopping because Serene needed a outfit for the dance as well.
Mm.
Which means that we're gonna have to sort out the choreography on that.
She'll probably just fill the bard role that Delpha would have. So she's got to learn what he was going to play, basically.
Mm.
She's a top end bard. She's going to be able to pick it up.
Oh no,
almost
it's
instantly.
all right because all the dancers were in pairs, and we have all pairs.
Yeah,
It's
but
now
she'll be
sort-
with the bard contingent rather than the dancer contingent,
Yes,
providing
fair.
the music.
This is
The
true.
bards haven't changed. The dancers did, though. Two dancers.
Two dancers down.
And you were one bard down. Was a silver.
Yep. Oh right, yes.
That's true. Yeah, good point.
Also sorting out Jason as well,
Mm.
seeing where we can throw him because I mean, he's a good dancer. It's probably not his lot in life.
Yeah.
Mhm. Can't
So,
remember
yeah.
what you decided to point him in. What direction?
Towards
Uh,
the old Dragon
init-
Jack, I thought.
yeah, initially
Oh,
it was going to be initially it was going to be Tammond, but Tammond isn't there, so figured kind of actually probably Jack would be better.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then we went to a tailor's to get a. We had a costume, but it just needed taken in
Mm.
because Serene has a few more assets than the previous dancer did.
Yes.
How did I describe her? She was a woman almost who looked almost like she was designed by a man, and what their ideal of one would be.
Yep.
Which is weird and unbelievably generic, and perhaps not a good thing for someone who might be in her line of work, because everyone's going to remember who she is.
Yes, but for the wrong reasons.
Exactly.
Hmm.
If they're too busy looking at her, they're not paying full attention to the fact that she's listening to everything.
Yeah,
Then
just
again,
got to
she's a
pray
bard.
that, or pray that whoever comes across her as whether or not they're a homosexual, you have no power here.
Bard's take
Anyway.
it as a challenge. Yes.
He seduces the dragon.
God damn it.
Anyway,
Yeah. So we went shopping for that, and then we were going to head out for jewelry shopping. We did bump into the snow
Smooth
leopard
Snow, yeah.
chiefess, but ignored her completely.
And she was like uncomfortable and left.
Yep.
Does anyone want to fill in what?
Bless you.
Okay, sorry. I dived out of the way of the mic and didn't quite manage it in time.
Colin, do you remember what you were up to last session?
I had a very small part to play because I got a warning from my deity, which was very kind of her. Thank you, Mummy. Basically saying the desert is doom, and there was.
You got the imminent sense of danger.
Yep. And thankfully, due to foresight and luck of the roll, was able to rescue not just myself, but the was it the Golden Dragonborn?
The Bronze Dragonborn, I think he is.
Yes, because it's the red one is the pretender who he has put a hit out on.
Yep. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, picked up a job.
Yeah,
drummed
we had a
up some-
wonderful bonding moment together.
You drummed up some business.
Yes, and made us both swear under the gods that we wouldn't try and fuck each other. How much do certain people should agree?
I just look forward to Assassin's Guild finding out you're taking Assassin's contracts as a non-member.
I'm not taking a Assassin's contract. I am taking a sworn oath under the gods. If they got an issue with that, they can take it up with the deities.
Yep, and as far as that goes, it's also more of a recovery, mission because
I think
he's getting yeah.
Yeah, no, you're getting into semantics here. We'll see what they think of that at some point if it ever comes up.
They ever find out about it, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's where we stand. Can you think of anything that they missed that since you've got the notes there?
Don't think so.
Sorry, it's over 2 books because I ran in the room the other one.
Sorry, that came from
Kaplan got the tattoo looked at by Jeffrey, and apparently it's not just lines; it's like super small dwarven runes, which is something to go off. I'm told.
I mean, that should have been obvious. I'm sorry. Go on.
Malcolm and Kaplan got shooed off from the camp by Jadis when they went to say, "Hey, what's happening?" And she had, "No, go away," because she
No,
got.
no. He didn't get shooed away so much as Serene was like, "Who the fuck are you?" There's a new buddy camp leader.
Yep. Other than that, he did a few fittings. One for Lady Catherine, which he's going to see if he can. He's looking for ways to bug her dress. In all honesty, because he doesn't trust her. But then
He
again,
doesn't trust anyone.
nobody trusts anyone. So yeah.
Does he have the? Is he aiming to have the whole of Dune City bugged?
If he had the opportunity, yes, probably.
Plenty
Have
of
enough bugs, yeah.
information to be gained and passed back to the spirits. Yeah, and he just finished and he's just about to finish it. Just started the fitting with Serene, who is Jadis's new boss, or the new head of the dance troupe, anyway.
Yep.
Am I detecting some nosebleed?
You were. Anyway, it's midday. Sun is hammering down on you, even in the shade, with that small fire creating smoke column as you sit and talk quietly with the bronze dragonborn that you save.
I believe his name is Jinghai or something like that.
Jinhei, yeah, I know. So,
Yep.
don't worry about it. It's not close, but yeah.
So, out of character, I had sent Millie back to communicate this and got the fire going, and so they know where we are.
That's
Could
correct.
it be perceived as unusual that they're taking their sweet fucking time getting to us
Well,
or
I
relaying a message?
was giving you a moment before you. What's your passive perception? Or are you
2
keeping it?
seconds.
Or are you keeping an active lookout?
You will be, because it's
Okay.
kind of important that we get
Yep.
up and out of here.
So I'll get a perception roll from you there, sir, if you wouldn't mind.
Not at all. 15.
Okay. Staring into the desert from your cave and the rocky outcroppings not willing to go onto the sand, you see in the distance one of those sand ripples moving past. You see it heading directly towards a vague shape in the distance through the heat haze of the sun beating down off the sand. And you see, as it comes closer, it manifests into a distant form trotting across the sand. This wave of sand heading straight towards it. And then randomly it just veers off and heads in another direction.
Tell me you saw that.
Well, I did. It's very odd, but maybe it is one of the Leonin. It is said that they can cross the desert without fear of the worms. And sure enough, as that figure gets closer, you see the long mane, the broad shoulders, the thighs of one of the Leonin. Tawny in colour, powerfully built, lightly jogging across the sand as if the heat has no effect on them.
A leisurely day, skipping through the meadow. Except not skipping. And there's no meadow.
As they come closer, they see you in the smoke and give a wave.
Wave back.
Comes to a stop in front of you. You're the one that sent word of the worms.
That's right.
looks out of the desert in the direction that sand wave went. They should be asleep. This is not natural.
You're telling me.
I am Greer Thunder Guide.
Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I don't suppose there's any way you'll be able to escort us back to the Oasis.
Quite easily. Follow me, stay close. And again, takes off at a trot. Once you're ready, that is.
Yeah.
I bet he will actually wait for you to grab your horse and your gear.
Well,
I'll go.
yeah, I'm gonna give a whistle to Kane, jump on his back. You be all right to walk there?
Well, I am not going to crawl.
I'd hope not. Wouldn't be fitting. Thank you, Mr. Thunderhide. We'll take your lead. Guide.
Thunderhide, who is it? And off you go, setting out. You recall it was about an hour's trip out when this happened to you. And then you got caught in the storm for several hours to the point, and then it was a mad dash to save the Dragonborn, and all of that basically took you to about midday-ish. So Colin had a very hurry up and wait session last session.
The way it goes sometimes.
And you start making your way back to the Oasis. As you're traveling, you either see these waves, these ripples of sand in the distance. They start coming straight for you. Griot barely pays attention to them, looks at them, then ignores them, and eventually they only get to a certain distance before they veer off and travel into another direction. Either you see them or Jiang points them out to you, and there is concern in his face every time it happens. But over the course of about an hour and a half, at a reduced pace to account for the fact that the Leonan's on foot and so is Jiang, you arrive back at the camp. As you're going, Griot's talking to you and mentions that a message has been sent by pigeon to the keep in via sending stone. That they are aware of the growing activity of the worms in Dune City. And he says that there will be a teleport circle set up to be used to take everyone back to Dune City.
What about the people in the... Sorry, go on.
Go on.
Oh, he was going to ask, are the people being in and around the city in threat or in danger?
Not so much. I imagine you'll find that the city itself is in chaos as those from Saisei and to the east try to make a mad dash to return to their homes. My people will be very busy to try to get them across. At this point, they would normally do it before the worms awakened. But everything has changed. I don't know how this will affect the summer. Whether they will still hold it or they will move it forward.
Well, who knows the next time people are going to be able to get together if the worms are all over the shop.
Well, I worry more for the seasons and this unnatural weather. The balance is broken.
You're telling me.
Yes, I did.
Right, well, in any case, I guess there's nothing to do but wait until and secure passage back to the city, meet up with my friends, and go to work.
Passage back to the city is being arranged. One of the major Zeras creating a teleport circle. It's going
Yes,
to
that's why I
teleport
said
people.
I'm going to wait for that. Can I get you a drink?
I am small sip in this heat. Last,
Hmm.
the oasis.
Sorry, you were cutting in and out. I barely caught any of that.
He's just saying small sips in this heat in the desert make it last till we get back to the oasis.
Okie dokie. Just kind of nods and then he's going to wait until he absolutely has to have a drink until we get back to safety.
The thing you do notice is that
I'm back.
he sets a hard pace, this Leonin, that the Dragonborn who you had seen assumed was very fit struggles, but the Leonin scout, whatever he is barely breathing hard. By the time you arrive, you see other Leonin bringing in other competitors. One of the officials for the race comes up to you, greets you, looks at you and Jiang, and goes, which of you was in the lead, if I might ask? Jiang looks at him and points straight at you, Colin, and says, I got caught in the storm. My horse was dead. He had it won. Looks at you.
Oh. Well, I mean, I think I did go back for him, and he is slightly flustered and clearly trying to.
Yeah, and puts his hand on
actually
your
remember.
shoulder and goes, regardless, my horse was dead. I could not continue. As such, you were in the lead. The race was yours, sir. The official looks at him, looks at you, looks at Kane, gives a very large sigh and goes, well, congratulations, Master Smith. You will be posted as this year's winner before the rewards.
Thank you. Little anticlimactic, but given circumstances, that's not as important as get out alive. And he places he doesn't place a hand on him. He gestures. In all honesty, the fact that I was able to save a fellow racer's life means more to me than the money. But thank you.
Brunson goes, oh, so you don't want it?
I said it means more to me than the money. I did not say do not pay me. And if you try and bullshit me again, I will rip off your arms.
He looks startled. Just a test there, Mr. Smith. Just take a test.
Work on your routine.
Certainly, sir. Certainly. I believe that the first majors got their teleport circle almost ready. If you'd like to make your way back to Dune City.
Certainly, I'll be with you in a moment. Just need to have one last word with my fellow traveller here.
As you will, sir.
Turns to Jinhei. I'm too tired to put up with someone trying to be clever with me. That aside, I am glad I was able to save you, truly, well and truly. How will I contact you once we get back?
I will wait in city. I'll wait in Dune City or for a few days, but outside that, I will be returning to Saisei, whether by sea or by sand. I am going home. You may have to
Sure.
send word to me or come to Saisei for the money with evidence, but
Of course.
it is best if I'm not seen to be here and have it happen, so that I cannot be held accountable.
Of course.
Plausible deniability, I believe that the members of the Ministry of Security call it.
You'd know better than I. Okay. Thank you for that. And depending on what happens, you'll receive contact one way or another. And be informed. Thank you for the time, and Gods keep you.
His flames warm and protect you.
Yeah. Nods, bows awkwardly, and yeah.
And Jinghan starts going over to where the mages are, preparing the first of the teleport circles to wait to travel back to Dune City. You see the official there that tried to make a bad joke, ready to travel back and transfer that information that you'd won the race as well.
I'm guessing there's no way I can kind of peer over his shoulder and make sure that he's sent it correctly, or even just put the willies up him.
You stand there, considering he's a human and you're a halfling, looking over his
I'll have to
shoulder.
look round him, yeah.
But
you can put one over on me, but don't try and put one around me.
He sort of sees you standing there, staring coolly at him, and you see the wet just dripping down his face, and you get the impression it's not just the heat.
Yeah. Smile, do a little finger wave, wait.
And you see goosebumps on parts of his exposed flesh on his neck, and you realize it's a cold sweat.
Jeez, you ought to get that looked at.
As you say this, he looks kind of green and sick. Anyway, you eventually get there and the teleport happens and you come back to the keep where there is a fixed teleport circle, and we will flick to Malcolm and G. Kaplan. What's happening, guys?
I believe we're still we are about halfway through Serene's fitting.
Yep. Malcolm, did you stay or did you go?
From what I remember last session, I think Kaplan said that he would be spending a lot of time working with his fitting, and Malcolm does not feel like he has the time to wait, so he's
so
going
you're heading to the
to
caravanserai.
Yeah, he's going to head to the caravanserai.
Okay, so Kaplan, as Malcolm heads off, Jadis and Serene in there, just generally chatting away in getting this fitting done.
At one point, Kaplan says, and he doesn't say this in a like a leering or evil fashion. He says, Serene. He says, Serene. He goes up to Serene and he basically says, you know, I could dress you in a burlap bag and you'd still be the prettiest woman in the city. But I won't, of course. I won't, of course.
Gives you a sultry smile and goes, "Why, thinking of undressing me, are you?"
Malcolm wipes some blood from his upper lip as he leaves.
You're not, yeah.
My friend, it is not polite to play with your food.
Sorry. Reaches out, pats Kaplan gently on the shoulder. Sorry there, good sir.
Oh no, all good, all good. It was a statement of fact. Don't worry.
I don't think she's the one who needs to be worried.
Sorry, Jadis, you're about to say something.
Jadis just kind of muttered under her breath, kind of so was hers.
Anyway, are we almost done with this fitting?
Kaplan finishes up his measurements and says, I can have this ready for you in I can have this ready for you in about a day or so.
Well, that'd be fantastic. That so quickly.
Uh, and of course, given the lovely fabric you're using, would you like me to bring it over to your camp for a final fitting when I'm done with it?
Either that or I can come here. But I will be tied up at the camp most of the time.
Well, in that case, I shall call on you. Yeah. Yeah. And then he says, well, in that case, I shall call on you, because it will be more convenient for you then that way.
Jadis, as you hear her say the tied up bit, she puts her hands behind her, crosses her wrists, and you see a minor illusion of ropes there. And then,
Good lord.
she looks at you, gives you
It's a trap!
laughs, reaches out, gently pats Kaplan on the cheek, and goes, I'll leave you to work there, lad. And off she goes.
Jadis all kind of gives Kaplan a slight pitying look and then kind of leaves after her.
Kaplan then tries to disappear. Kaplan tries to disappear into the crowd to go catch up with Malcolm after this.
Cries. How crying was he? Okay, that's not bad. Jadis, you see him come out of the tent behind you with your passive of 17 and quickly and carefully moving through the crowd in the direction towards the outskirts of the town.
Seems he has more than one appointment today.
Indeed. Seems to be in quite a hurry, doesn't he? Jewellery!
Yes.
Shall we ask for a goldsmith?
Yes. Are we gonna go bracelet or necklace?
The answer is a necklace is traditional. The bracelet is for a bard, says, holding up hers. And she's also got the one on the neck, showing that she is a double master.
I wonder if we should start trying something a bit different.
Oh?
Earring.
Earring?
Daisy would look good with earrings.
Maybe we can do a gift for her. My treat. The necklace for a rank and earrings is a commemorative.
Sound idea. I look around for a guard of some sort.
Not
Probably
hard to find.
Somebody who knows where they are.
Jadis, at this point, you see a lot of people rushing around. The streets are packed, carts are getting loaded up, everything seems to be on the move.
Well, this is odd. She kind of grabs somebody nearby who looks very busied and harried. What is happening? Everybody seems in a rush.
Let's just come up by pigeon or from the keep. The worm sign. There's worms active. If you're from Soisei, you got to go now.
Well, shit. Is the goldsmith from Saisei?
Goldsmith. I think. Oh, what's his name? Orbus Darkdrop. No, down that way. He's got a shop. He's local, I believe. He's from Soulsguard.
Oh, that is good. I wish you a safe and speedy journey.
Thank you, ma'am. And off he goes. Not even
As
hesitating.
he leaves, I will tap him on the shoulder for a bardic inspiration, just in case.
Looks
He
around.
seems a bit harried.
Gets that purring frill for him.
Speedy journey. And
Serene
I'll
just
go
looks at you and goes, "Still doing it that way? And you have the nerve to comment in my games?"
Hey, mine is harmless. Yours gives promises you don't intend to keep.
You ask any man what that purr does to him. You ask any woman what that purr does to him.
It is not as bad as you thrusting your chest in somebody's face and offering them bondage.
Hey, he didn't see that. You did. Behind my back.
It does not matter. He heard it.
No, he didn't.
Tied up, really?
Does the phrase "game recognizes game" mean anything to you?
Yeah, well, we all have our own ways.
Vices. I believe the term is
I have
vices.
no vices. I just play. It's been a
You have
long time. It's
plenty
been a
of vices.
long time since I've looked like this.
Yes, there was a reason.
Yes, there was a very good reason. Anyway, shopping. We have a
Yeah.
gnome to see. I
Let's go.
promise I'll be on my worst behavior. I'm my best behavior.
I'm sure you will. Just, if it comes around and bites you in the ass, make sure it's consensual.
No one's biting me on the ass. I have no intention of
Mm-hmm.
that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Celibate for 50 years now. If not longer.
Mm-hmm. I'd say first time for everything, but there is not much left of first times for you.
This buddy will be not be getting any first times. Thank you very much. Jewellery. And following the vague sort of direction and point that the harried person that you grabbed off the street gave you, you find a shop that's a small pocket of calm in the chaos. The gnome sort of just sitting there, sort of looking a bit glum, and sees you looking at him and brightens noticeably.
Good day to you, sir.
Oh, hello then. I wasn't sure I was going to get any business. It's good to see you there, ladies. What can I do for you? Sorry. Let me slow it down. I keep forgetting we talk too fast for you. Well, hello there, ladies. What can I do for you?
I was fine with speed. Serene, will you have anything in mind for color and earrings, or?
Well, earring color's got to be gold with the silver trim as standard. It's got to be like yours. It's a standard sort of thing that we use that is recognised across the nations.
She lifts
Whether
up her
that's
chin
say
slightly and she kind of points to the collar. One of these.
oh, a bard collar.
Dancer.
Yes, sorry. Yes, I have never worked on one, but I would look forward to it.
And as personal gift, pair of earrings.
To match a collar.
Yes.
Irene looks at him and goes, gold trimmed with silver, maybe. Gems. What gem would you suggest, Jadis? Something to match your eyes, maybe?
For the daisy, something yellow for sunshine.
Maybe a topaz.
Or an amber.
Amber? Yes, something delicate. Delicate and sweet. Like the girl herself, maybe.
What do you think, Master Gnome?
Well, give me a day or two, I should be able to put something together. Custom orders, obviously.
Of course. And the price?
Ooh, for the necklace, it looks at it, motions you down so you can have a closer look.
She sort of like kind of squats down delicately.
Gets a lens on with the monocle and has a closer look at it. Well, obviously you want purity, he says, wiggling a finger under it to measure the thickness and whatnot, and the fine, delicate work that's on there, the engraving. It is a really nice piece of dancer necklaces. It's a lot of fine work, but I think I can have it done within a few days. If not, it may take me a week. It is not a simple piece.
I look up to Tareen.
It takes as long as it takes. It would take longer for one to arrive from Earl's Bay, from one of the usual smiths. Goldsmiths. I think
Price?
looks at it, goes, I'll probably do it for 20 gold.
The with or without the earrings?
The earrings, you're probably looking at 40. It's very delicate work. There's not a lot of gold and silver in the whole lot, but you're paying for the labour and the fine work. The delicacy of it, it takes time and a lot of skill. These items are something I could not pass on to an apprentice. I would have to do it myself.
Quick insight roll to make sure that he's not
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I believe him.
He is being honest.
Sounds acceptable to me. Half payment now.
Doreen frowns and goes, it seems reasonable. It's the usual price. Close to.
Half payment now, rest on delivery.
Looks at you, holds out a hand, spits in a hand, holds it out.
Spits in my hand. Shake.
Deal. Where can I send word once it's done?
We are in A2 currently.
Very good, ma'am. I'll get it done as quickly as possible.
So that is less 30 gold.
Serene pays it out of her. As she said, it was her shout, her responsibility as head of the troop. And
Right.
she did say that she would pay for. Serene turns to you and goes, "Well, what would you like to do now, sweet kitten?"
I think it is time for lunch.
Sounds
But
good.
first, we will have to find out if what is happening with performance. People are leaving.
Oh, very good point. Maybe we should touch base with Carrie.
To the keep.
To the keep. And off you go, fighting your way through the growing crowds. Kaplan, I need you to make a dexterity roll for me as you're fighting your way through this growing masses moving. Kaplan? Yep.
The natural 20 sound.
Yep, that sounds good, man.
Nice.
So, Malcolm, as you're trying to push through these, actually, Malcolm, make me a dexterity check as well to see if River's actually going to catch up to you. How you going through the crowds?
9.
Okay, Malcolm,
Not great.
you feel a hand on your shoulder as you're pushing through the crowds.
I swing my sword around. No, I'm joking.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of collateral damage here, man.
Calling an eagle.
Calling an eagle strike. No. I turn around and I imagine I'm looking straight into Kaplan's face.
One's nice. Yeah.
Oh, right, Kaplan. You finished your fitting, I see.
Yes. Has Kaplan overheard on the way this far what's
You
happening?
guys would have heard talk of the worms out in the desert. It
Yeah.
is on everybody's lips.
Yes. I may have to. I'm probably going to have to keep enough materials here for me to finish these orders, and I'll probably have to send the rest of my employees back home soon at this rate.
It sounds very ominous.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm glad you could catch up. I'm in these thick crowds, heavy chainmail. I don't really move that fast.
You know me. I'm like walking along 1 minute, next minute I'm 20 feet, and next minute I'm 100 feet ahead of you.
Good to know. Good to know. But yeah, let's keep moving. We need to get to the root of this poison.
So
It's
you
worrying me.
make your way through fighting your way through the crowds. You make your way to the caravansary. Denson, you see coming through that crowd, which is suddenly surging with activity, especially where you are, as caravans move out through the desert. Leonin traveling with them to guide.
Don't care.
A familiar pair of people, hey? Sorry?
I'm going the other way, so
Yeah.
I'm not that bothered.
Yep. You see a familiar pair of figures striding through the crowd.
I go to meet them.
Kaplan, Malcolm, you see a 6-foot minotaur walking through the crowd, ambling towards you. Unless he makes a stealth check, he stands out like a sore thumb. He's a minotaur.
I swing my sword. No. But we have Malcolm and
God.
Kaplan met Denson yet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
plenty of times,
Yeah,
man.
quite well.
We don't quite know what his game is. As far as we know,
Yeah.
he's the gardener.
He's just a gardener.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sort
All
of.
right.
The head gardener, but yeah.
Malcolm looks at him and good day. What brings you to this part of the city?
Gentlemen, a matter of great urgency and delicacy. Could I have a word with you both, just away from the madding crowd?
Well, before we get to that, you haven't happened to seen an elf and a kobold around here? An elf with apparently mushrooms in his hair.
Yeah, about that. If I could have a word over here about them and the matter in hand.
All right, in this dark alleyway here, it's not which is not suspicious at all.
Gentlemen, I do not wish you any harm, you know that.
Um,
Please, it's this matter is not to be discussed in front of anybody.
Inside.
does he mean us
Inside
harm?
at 21 there, Denson.
Hmm?
Inside at 21 on you.
In what
From-
context?
Does he
Really?
mean us any harm going into this alleyway?
Oh God, no.
All right. I think it's I think it's safe. I think he's on level with us.
He
For
has been
once.
so far. He hasn't given
well.
you everything, obviously, but he's been completely on the level with everything he said so far.
What you sense, Kaplan, is while he's not telling you everything, he's not lying to you at this point.
Yeah. No. Well, if someone says, "Hey, come in this alley," he's going to check what's the inside
Yeah.
in that regardless.
Oh,
So
obviously, yeah.
Given the nature of your profession, Kaplan, you are always suspicious that people aren't telling you everything anyway.
And to be honest, Malcolm is rather suspicious as well at this point.
So
Anyway, we get into the alley.
We're
you
in the
head
alley.
towards a dark, secluded corner of the caravanserai between a few tents away from everything. Crowds milling around in the main area.
Mm-hmm. Good, right. He said, right, gentlemen. I have been investigating, and been requested to, a certain poison that has appeared in the city. Called
You
the
need
Golden
Oh.
the Golden Kiss. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's a rather nasty poison. Apparently, from a group called the Shadow Hand, they've been using it. With my knowledge of herbs, poisons, and antidotes and things like that, I've been tasked with tracking it down and trying to stop it before it does our citizens any harm.
Malcolm holds his hand up for a moment.
yeah.
I'm actually familiar, and I am investigating this myself, and I have some context which has pointed me in the direction of this elf and kobold I mentioned earlier. See if I can question them and get to the source of these supplies.
I did.
Did you get to the source?
I know where they're going.
You know where
The
they...
source? I suspect it might have come from that alchemist. The one whose shop went up in smoke?
You do
I suspect
realize
he was-
it's a fair amount of poison. It's talking about one alchemist in a short period of time could not possibly have managed to produce all this.
Exactly. I suspect that things were coming in here to be distributed via that alchemist. I'm not sure how much he knew about it.
Well, if you've already talked to these people. I would very much like to talk to them as well, as to see if I can get
Ah.
some more information out from them about the actual source. If I can glean any more information from them, that would be very helpful, as it is my
Baron
job
Cedric
as a
Carnor.
yes, the Baron.
Yes. You wanted to know where all of this was going and possibly the source, and everything leads to Baron Cedric Carnor in Summerford.
Mhm. I would still like to confirm, though. So if you could point these out to me.
Unfortunately, these two gentlemen were, whilst very helpful, were a little unwilling to part with the information, so I had to persuade them. Sadly, they are no longer around.
As you're talking, Denton, would you like to do a Constitution save for me?
Mm-hmm.
Kaplan, ask a question when you get a sec as well.
Yeah, I'm
23.
Yep, you're fine for the time being.
So you're saying not around. Would you like to elaborate?
Let's say they've vanished from the mortal plane, shall we? They were,
Well, someone killed them.
unfortunately so.
That is very unfortunate. I would still like
It
to
is.
have talked to them.
It is. Yes, I would.
So someone killed them. Do you know where these assailants went?
Unfortunately, not. No. The thing is,
Insight.
Your guess is better than my 8, I'm guessing.
19.
I have a perception 21.
Just shy.
He has no idea what happened to him.
No.
Well,
I suspect,
my
like
job
with
as
the
investigator
others,
is
somebody has.
increasing in
I know.
difficulty.
The thing is, it might not have. We know where they're going. We have their card with some of the poison in it. It's just there.
Well,
now I'm rather good at disguising myself, and I certainly think I can pull off.
Well, just a
very
quick
interesting
question,
help.
my good sir. As a gardener, how are you tied up into all this?
And exactly who tasked you with this?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering as well.
I doubt the keep would. I doubt the keep would say deal with the source to the gardener.
As I said, I wasn't always a gardener. I was at one point part of Soulsguard, and I still have friends there. They know some of the. While I didn't qualify fully for the Knights, and obviously not as a fighting fellow, but more in the knowledge and a little bit of mage craft, which I have. I was very good at disguising myself, but unfortunately I didn't make the grade. So they gave me a job as a head gardener because that was my other talent, was growing things. So while I do research on poisons, antidotes, growing interesting plants, let's say, I have a very good knowledge of them. And this particular person contacted me and asked me to investigate this particular poison, whether there was perhaps an antidote somewhere along the line, although I understand it actually comes from a strange little highly venomous poison dart frog, and they get the poison from them, I suspect, from its skin.
Holy crap, I thought Jadis's passive perception was high. Tris. Sorry, go on.
You were just looking at
Um,
Kaplan's. This-
Yeah.
Yeah, I suspect it's ridiculous. So anyway, gentlemen, I have been tasked with trying to hunt down the supply, or at least look into this and see if I can find out a ways of stopping it.
Kaplan.
Given my expertise. Now, given
Kaplan.
that expertise, I can alter myself. I've been always very good at this, and I could pass as the elf. What I would suggest to you both gentlemen is we take that caravan, we go to Somerford, we try and and we wait for the contact who will obviously come to us for that particular box, and then we can follow the supply chain and follow the people in it, and discover who they are. I suspect it will just lead straight to Baron Cedric Carnor, who people are starting to ask a few questions. His activity, it's suspected he may have had or is having dealings with the Shadow Hand themselves, which is a cause of great concern.
Kaplan, how distracted do you feel by the conversation that you're having with Denson at the moment?
I would not say distracted, but I would
See,
say
you're still basically observing your surroundings as you do.
yes.
You see a dwarf, hood up, fine robes, walk straight up to the cart that he'd indicated, climb up and drive off on it. Start to drive off on it.
The cart with poison just got stolen. Excuse me. And
he
Kaplan runs
said,
off after it.
"All right, we got to stop that cart," and he takes off as well.
As you come around the corner to where the cart was, Kaplan, you're in the lead there with your movement speed as a monk, obviously.
I'm
Yep.
following as well, by the way.
Yeah, it's just Kaplan will be in the lead. Simple fact. Monks move quicker than just about anyone, unless you get a major dimension doors or something.
How far away is the cart?
That's the thing, it's disappeared. It is not there. Kaplan, your passive perception 18. For a moment, you can almost hear it, but you cannot see it.
How far away is Malcolm behind me?
Wouldn't be too far. I think he's, what, a 30 foot, 25 foot?
I'm in a heavy chainmail with a strength modifier of +1. I'm at 20 speed.
20 speed. So he's
I'm at
at the
30.
back. So Denson is right behind you. Basically, Malcolm is a slow boat, and he's taking a while to get there. Clank, 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 clank. You can hear him coming still, and the sound of his chainmail is what makes it hard to hear that sound of that cart before it finishes.
Kaplan's going to look around, obviously see Malcolm trailing way behind, and then
Denson.
Denson near behind him is going to say, "The cart's turned invisible."
Where?
He's going
Make it an intelligence check for me to be able to identify, to know.
It's just you said he identified the
You
sound.
you did hear it, but that's faded. But there might be signs for something that large moving through a crowd. If you can roll a high enough intelligence check to discern that or to think of it.
I'm going to use my D6 or is it D8 for
Bardic inspiration.
D8?
Have you got the re-roll? You haven't got the re-roll, have you?
No.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it as well, Ash. So
Yeah.
what do I need to roll?
Straight intelligence, man.
13.
That
Okay.
crowd is just too heavy. and you can't see past them.
Sorry, was it D6 or D8?
D8.
I want to try something.
Yep.
Can I get a beat, an easier beat, if
Seven.
maybe like a
Give me a tick.
advanced?
Give me a tick. Nothing. No.
16.
With
Could
the
I get
crowds, it's just go on.
Could I get an advantage check if I use my step of the night to actually fly up in the air to get
Yep.
a
Try for
visual
it.
from above?
Go. Hey, if you want to try it. You
Can
won't
I-
know unless
do
you
I
try.
get-
I'm not.
Do I get
I'm
an
not gonna-
advantage then?
You'll find out if you do
I'm gonna. So can I roll with an advantage?
it. Are you doing it?
Yes, I'm doing it.
You tell me what you're doing, and I'll tell you how to.
Is it a perception or an intelligence, straight intelligence
Well,
check?
you'll be straight intelligence check normal. The other two theoretically should have been rolling with disadvantage due to the thickness of the crook. How many?
It didn't
how
matter.
great
We
it
were
is.
crap anyway.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't
My
get you to redo it.
My question is it like a perception or an intelligence?
It's an
check?
intelligence thing, man.
Yeah. All right.
What are you even looking for? Is the question.
Well, I'm trying to look to see if I can see anything, see the cart moving in the.
By the movement of the crowd.
Yeah.
You can do that. That's why one of the intelligence is to actually click to that happening.
Yeah, that's too low. Too low D20s either way. So.
Gone. Do you know that a dwarf has taken it?
Ash, before we do anything else, I'm going to do a speculative spell roughly in the direction that I think it's gone.
Yep.
Range 120 foot. Dispel magic.
Go for it. Roll in Arcana for me.
Yeah, never mind. I'm rolling like crap today. And
You
I've got
hear a
no-
yelp as suddenly one of the people there turns from a very handsome, well manicured human to an old bloke. The woman beside him shrieks, goes, "Who the hell are you? You're not my husband."
Oh shit!
Someone's been catfishing.
You're not my beautiful wife.
How long
Yeah,
have they
that's
been
funny.
married?
In all seriousness, we would like to state that catfishing in real life and the betrayal of finding out relationships is no laughing matter, and if you have experienced that, you have our full sympathy. However, as this is a fictitious universe taking place with magic, we try not to take it too seriously.
Thank you for that, PSA.
Yes.
And
So
it's very true, though.
yeah, you are in the middle of a crowd with the cart getting further and further away. You can no longer hear it. You did point out which direction you heard it coming from. I would imagine there, Kaplan, you had that enough, though it was hard to pinpoint.
Yeah, I probably would
Exactly
have.
due to the noise of the armor coming up.
And I will head in the direction in the air, so I won't be slowed down by the crowds and stuff
Okay.
like that.
I am hasting.
Yep.
My speed is doubled.
What?
Do you need acrobatics for me to get through the crowd?
Great dexterity.
Hang on. A quick question. What time of day is it? Is it
Around
night
about
or is
midday,
it
I
day?
think. Day.
About 1 or 2 p.m.
I am not flying. Forget that. I am
14 on my
sprinting.
dex check, Ash.
Sorry, what was that?
14 on my dexterity check to get through the crowd.
Just not. They just don't move out of your way, man. Even with that haste, you are only getting what your normal speed would be in the open. It's still quick. but it's just so damn crowded. What's your flying speed there, Nord?
No, I was saying I redacted that. I am not flying. If this is like
Okay.
near to midday, I am not flying.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
thought it was nighttime, but no.
Nope. Oh, you can't do it during the day?
No, I can only fly during dim light or darkness.
Yep.
So it has to be
Okay.
nighttime or yeah.
Yep. No worries. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I should remember that, as it's called Step of the Night.
Yep. Kaplan, what are you doing, mate?
I see. If I see Malcolm, so does Malcolm? I see the direction Malcolm's running. I run in that direction too.
You would have heard the sound of the cart, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's following the direction you pointed out. So I need a dexterity check unless you're doing something fancy to get around and through it.
The dexterity check to duck through the crowd.
Yep. You're not jumping up and trying to run across people's shoulders and heads.
I apparently land in a pothole.
Yeah, no, you get caught up behind people that just don't let you through. You're usually pretty slippery and spry, but you just cannot press through this crowd. I'll get one more round, and then you're going to find, even if you do start pushing through it, you're not going to find anything. One more chance trying to catch up.
Guys, what kind of thing works for crowd dispersal? My brain's gone blank.
Can I say a smart ass comment?
Gunshots?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Tanya firing a rifle, but
Kenya's not there.
I know. As said, smart ass comment.
Cool. Right. Minor illusion explosion ahead of me.
I was going to suggest you all seem to kind of be trying to kind of see a cart. A cart that size and that laden down would leave tracks on the ground.
Problem
Regardless
is
of how
that
big
the
or small.
areas,
Massive crowd.
even outside that, the ground is covered with cart tracks because this is where the caravans come and go from. Good point, but it'd be very hard to find the actual fresh ones without a high survival roll.
Yeah, there's a minor illusion of a massive explosion to make
Well, an
everybody
Arcana for me.
get out the way. Oh, that's a bit better. 16.
There's a huge sound. Does it cover sound?
Nope.
Yep.
Wait, there's a minor illusion? I know major illusion does,
I
but
think minor illusion does, but
Yes, it
let's.
does. You can create a sound. Its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. It can be your voice,
So
someone
there is
else's
a
voice.
massive crack in the air of lightning, a boom, however you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do
It's minor illusion is a sound or image.
Yeah.
You'll pick one.
The
It's just a
crowd
big boom.
gathers. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, all of you. There's a bolt. Some of them almost going straight over you, given a chance.
19.
Oh dear. I fall over, I think, with a 5.
Can I do? No, that's good. Can I do acrobatics since they're running towards
Yeah,
me?
sure.
Just because I can.
And I was thinking about doing the same. if I'm being
Acrobatics
honest.
24.
If you want to do well,
Yeah, 20.
honestly, I need the dex saving throw to see if you can react well enough to actually do the acrobatic from your first
Oh, in that
couple.
case, probably not. But...
No, you get knocked on your ass straight away, man. I'll say that's 10's a minimum. So, Kaplan, you basically start running across people, jump up, backflip onto people, and start running across shoulders and heads. Tenzin, you think about it, get ready to bring it up and sort of get it over people and around people. When from the side, you get blindsided and knocked on your ass. 2 people actually step on you, and you take 6 points of damage.
Mhm.
Malcolm, how are you avoiding the basic panic mass coming straight towards you?
Well, from the rush of the river of people heading my way, I'm just squeezing myself into a crack between like two
But you find
tents.
cover.
Yeah, just let it
basically,
slip by, and I just
seeing it
head
come
hard
beside
back
you,
out when I see an opening.
You see a cart there, you get behind it, and it's basically a safe space behind it as a crowd flows past it, running, screaming that there's been an attack.
Mhm.
When you get up, then you see a large portion of the crowd is cleared away. But by that time, you see nothing. You can hear nothing.
I'm still running forward at haste
Okay,
towards
Kaplan.
the exit of the city, towards Summerford. I'm guessing that's where he's going.
Okay, you head towards the outskirts. Kaplan, which direction were you going in?
Continuing in the direction that I heard the sound.
So in towards a keep. Gotcha.
Okay.
Malcolm.
Malcolm will be heading towards the keep as well.
You follow Kaplan?
Yep.
I need a d20 roll from everybody. Except for you, Denzen.
Oh.
You've been separated from everybody and you're heading in the
Yeah.
opposite direction.
That's no
13.
There's no traces. You look at the ground, there's cart tracks everywhere. This is where the carts and the caravans and everything comes and goes from. There is cart tracks everywhere. Picking one specific set from another that you haven't actually seen at this point. Know what it looked like? You'd have to roll like a 30, which is impossible on survival.
As far as that, as far as that, because Kaplan's going to swear in Draconic.
Yeah. From this, are we standing like in an intersection?
Yep,
like a
you're sitting in the
crossroads?
middle of a road.
And
You wouldn't
the
be
intersection
too
here
far
is
from an intersection, yeah.
Yeah, the intersection closest to us, where ahead of us, where the sound came from, or where Kaplan heard it. What directions of the city is the intersection?
Think of it as everything as an axis, like a web man going in towards a keep and out towards the outskirts, like slices of pie. Each of these sections,
Okay,
slices of pizza, however you want to look at it.
like the keep in the center. So it could have gone to the
Yeah.
keep and then taken any of these
Mhm.
intersections, any at all.
It's a fair way to the keep. So, like I've said previously, this is quite literally the largest city on the face of the planet that people know of during this period.
Malcolm will go up to the keep, or go up to the guard near the keep.
Right. So you're going towards the keep. Kaplan.
Yeah, I will.
Being that I've
There's
lost
time skip.
do I see where Malcolm went?
He's right there beside you. You were ahead of him.
I will follow Malcolm then, since I've lost all trace. And I believe what he said. I believe what Malcolm says. I believe he says Shemata.
Mm-hmm.
Tenzin, what are
I'm
you
not
doing?
going to ask. Well, carrying on, see if I can
Yep.
find this car.
So you're going to keep searching. Okay, I'll leave you guys to that. As then you'll start heading towards a keep. Jadis, you start making your way towards a keep.
Mhm.
Casually, quietly, talking with Serene as you go. You see 17, passive perception 17, Serene's is probably higher. You see a dwarf driving a cart past towards the keep. After some time, as you're heading towards it, you come in and you see Colwyn and several other people coming from the keep.
Hello there.
Colwyn, you arrive back at the keep and you are shown out of the keep back towards the outside from that.
How does she know it's me if I'm still disguised as Sam Smith to collect my winnings?
Yes. That is a very good point. You see a group of people, including a half. Didn't you disguise yourself at the camp? I
Yes,
thought you did.
I thought it was too.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it clear that she doesn't see Colwyn, she sees
She
Sam
sees
Smith.
She sees Sam Smith. Sorry, I stand corrected.
Yeah, so I didn't want to
I keep
overthink it,
forgetting
but I
you.
think it's important.
I keep forgetting your secret identity.
Yes.
I don't think she was there when you decided on a name, though. I think you came up with the name when you got there.
Mm.
I think.
I think that that's probably right, but she would know that that's Colwyn's form. The only thing that can be said for sure is that this is the guy who's being treated as the winner. So you're thinking, right, okay.
Can I point out that Sam Smith is probably going to have Millie on his shoulder at this point?
And Kane.
And Kane,
I
so...
I don't think she's confused with who he really is. The point of contention is, what do you call it? You don't go, hey, Colwyn. I'm not Colwyn. Who's Colwyn?
Yeah, she
Hello,
knows
you
that it's
there.
Colwyn. She just doesn't know what name he's actually using at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll let
Hence,
him
I
do
said,
the interaction.
hello there.
Oh, hi. Did you want an autograph?
I wanted to make sure race was good. You seemed excited when I last saw you.
Oh,
But-
yes. Yes, I survived. And what's more, I won. It was trickier than expected, but the important thing is that all the people who matter involved are alive.
And the ones that don't matter? She grins. It was good to see that you won the race. I hope that it serves you well in future. It was nice meeting you. I never did
Indeed.
get your name.
You see Colwyn, a tall, slender, breathtakingly beautiful woman standing beside Jadis there.
Oh, your trouble. With a capital T and then some. I'm out. And he makes like a tree and leaves.
Oh dear.
Serene looks at Jadis with a bemused smile. Friend of yours?
I only met him briefly. He came by to find advice for crossing desert. Many of our dancers had been around, so it seemed kind of
And Jadis
nice
is,
enough.
and sorry, Daisy is such a big fan of it.
A huge fan.
And no,
Huge
she
fan.
was so looking forward to seeing the great race.
But yes, this is second time I did not catch his name. Oh well, if we meet again.
Farewell,
it will
strange
be-
halfling!
Still congratulations.
There isn't a fairly obvious way around this.
Yeah. Strange man. Anyway, Carrick.
Scary. And you proceed up to the fifth floor, knocking on the door. Enter.
head in.
Ah, Mistress Jadis. And Mistress Jadis's friend.
It is one of our senior dancers. She has come to take over.
Nods, looks at her and goes, very senior. Serene raises an eyebrow. Oh, you don't fool me. Serene
is
actually gives him a grin.
There has been concern. The worms are active. Many of people leaving to go back to Sicily.
Yes.
What-
We are
what does
moving
this
it. We are
mean?
moving the summit forward. It will be starting tomorrow.
Right.
I'm expecting to meet with Doran to organise ships to transport those that must leave late. We have a small port down at the southern edge of the Great Wood where the ships can set up and we can have people ferried out to them. But we cannot afford to miss the opportunity.
So Summit will go ahead, but performance?
Tonight, if you
Right.
might.
I will make sure my dancers are ready.
Very good. You hear a heavy knock at the door behind you. Who is it? Oh, it's me, lad. You wanted to talk to me. Oh, yes. Lord Doran, come in. You see the dwarf clan chief come in. Oh, Miss Jadis, how are ye?
I am not too bad. Glad to be out of crowd.
Oh, hey. People going crazy. It's like someone kicked an ant, eh?
Or a worm's nest.
Oh, yeah. Those things are nasty. So I hear. Don't really sail across the desert. Though the sand ships are leaving. As we speak, people boarding and going.
It is not surprising. You have much to discuss, probably?
Yeah,
I would be
aye,
here.
lad, lass.
Unless you have need of me.
Oh, aye, if you see Colwyn, can you send him my way?
I have not seen him for a few days now, actually. But if I do, I
Oh,
will.
much appreciated, lass. I need him and his contacts. What about that Jason fella? He came across and saw me earlier, but I haven't
He'll-
seen him since.
I will find out.
Much appreciated, lass. Nods, looks at Sareen, nods appreciatively, and turns back to Carrick. And they start talking about shipping and whatnot. Gives you a wave as you. Well, you've got some interesting friends, eh?
So it seems.
Who is this Colwyn?
He is one of the originals who helped in Honeyheath.
Ah,
Hired as mercenary for kind of guarding troop as we came up here.
very good.
Nice fellow. Very good for cuddling.
Oh, I see. Gives you an amused glance and smile.
Just looks at it blandly.
Anyway, where to now? Lunch?
Lunch.
Would you
Lunch
like
is
to
served.
dine out or back to the camp?
Best back to camp. We need to make sure
Yeah.
dancers are ready for tonight.
That is very true. Need to crack that whip?
And make sure dinner is not too heavy.
Yes. Decent meal now. Very light repast later on.
Then we'll need to go and get your, costume.
Yes, we need to go see that tailor and get that prioritized if possible. If not, I'll have to sort something else. Coleman. Coming out of the keep, where are you heading?
First things first is finances and reporting into Jack. You
Yep,
never ever leave someone powerful out of pocket.
Yeah, so you're told that the presentation of the award will happen at the festivities tonight. It'll be part of the ongoing performance and presentation associated with the dancers' performance on that stage.
Cool. Looks like I'm wearing this face for a bit longer then. While I'm asking about that and saying, I need to speak to my sponsor. Make sure I'm wearing the right outfit when I come to claim my prize. Do you know where his lordship is?
His lordship? Who are you asking? By
The
way.
attendant.
Um,
And
oh,
I kind of point to the insignia that he's
the
wearing.
wristwatch.
Yeah.
I believe he's staying at the Golden Tote, if I remember correctly.
Thank you
Is it
kindly.
getting
Flip him a silver.
Catches
Is it
it,
getting wasted
finishes,
again?
gives you a disapproving look. Still takes a coin, but yeah. Kaplan,
Some people have got no fucking manners. Off he goes.
you see Coleman coming out. You see Sam Smith coming out of the keep. Would he recognise you, Coleman?
Sorry, who sees me?
Kaplan and Malcolm. I believe they were busy when you did your transform.
No, they wouldn't. They would only know. The only way that they might know me is if they heard in passing, oh, did you hear that halfling and the metal dog won the race?
Is Kane still with you?
Yeah, I haven't dismissed him.
Kaplan, you see a camouflaged Kane walking beside a strange halfling, as well as a certain little pseudo dragon curled up around his shoulders. Malcolm, your passive perception shit, you see nothing.
My passive perception is 13.
Yes.
Yes.
Whereas Kaplan's is 18.
Intelligence check of 12. I'm going to say he puts one and one. He puts one and one together and gets about 1.7.
Easy call, man. You being you in a master of disguises, you've gone, oh, okay, so he did that. It's not a hard sort of calculation for you.
Unless you literally botched it and went, he's wearing his skin.
Unless you were dumb and you got like an intelligence of 8 or something, it's not a hard bit of math.
Kaplan's going to go up and say, "My what a lot, my." He's going to go up and say, "My what a lovely
Construct.
Bad fit. You're not coming through, Triss. Also, you tailored his outfit that he's wearing, as a note.
True. So he basically says, "Oh, good sir. I heard you won the great race. May I get your autograph?" And he pens down in really small writing on this book he's carrying, Colwyn ? And passes it to Colwyn / Sam Smith.
Colwyn, underneath the, of course, being the thing. Oh God, does he write it in cursive?
Malcolm,
Mm-hmm.
you're there. Are you
Yeah.
saying anything in Thieves' Cant, Colin? Are you talking in Thieves' Cant? Any of that going on?
He hasn't had the chance to yet. He's kind of had this kind of oh right, do I recognise these guys? I think I do. And then just like, what the heck is Corrine? Corrine? And he's like trying to figure out whether or not this is a secret message that is being passed on to him because he can't read the guy's handwriting because he has trouble with reading first things first.
Uh, what's up, Jadis?
As interesting as it is, doesn't these guys have something important that they're chasing? You know, something important that
I was
not-
going to do something completely different, yeah.
Yeah. So Malcolm marches on.
I think your friend is on the trail of something. I will be happy to sign autographs at a later date after the ceremony, good sir. Happy hunting. And he leaves him.
So we've come to the realization that Kaplan gets distracted very easily by anything shiny and different.
Kaplan is going to say, "Well, it's interesting because I heard about a dwarf in a car winning another race. If you see him, let me know. I'd like his autograph too."
That's just gonna leave Coley standing there like, okay, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's just like, goodbye, boys. Have fun storming the castle. And yeah, he's got to go and see Jack. I was actually going to ask for a brief break at this juncture for coffee et al.
Yeah, I was going to say we'll take a break there. It's 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take 15 there and come back to it, guys.
Right.
Good stuff.
That's about 10:15. Anyone in Brisbane /
15 minutes from now.
Yep. So I don't know if Sydney's on the same damn time as us at the moment.
It's okay. It's okay. 15 minutes from now, wherever you are in the world.
5, 4. Oh, yes. 3, 2,
Hello,
1.
hello. Welcome back. I had to beat down a couple of the guys who were talking about Fallout because I don't want spoilers coming across the air to people. TV series, that is. And I hope anyone that is watching is enjoying it. I know it has a large fan base out there, and I feel pity for anyone that, like me, has to deal with those that are very keen on it. Love you guys.
With sympathy.
Anyway, who's up next, Mr. GM?
That would be Colwyn, you were heading towards Jack.
Yes.
And the Golden Toad. So that's a little bit out of and along. G and Malcolm are right there at the keep. So Malcolm, G, you proceed into the keep.
No.
No?
I was actually aiming to do something in the immediacy of chasing the cart, the whole thing. So I'm guessing at this point.
What are you doing?
Yeah, right from coming out of that intersection road that we were coming from, following this cart, I would have approached a guard in the vicinity of the keep, because I imagine there would be guards stationed around there.
There's guards everywhere trying to maintain the order.
Yeah, and
chaos.
What I'm coming through is I would imagine there was a guard would be guards stationed, having
Yeah.
like a visual view of the vicinity of where this cart would have come through. So I would approach one of the guards, identify myself, and with my ID, and then like, excuse me, good sir, did you notice a cart coming from this intersection just now with a hooded dwarf figure?
He looks at you, looks up at the intersection, points to 3 carts that go past. Then there's a fourth one. He goes, "There's a dwarf on a cart." 5 seconds later, there's another dwarf on a cart. Would you like to be more specific, sir?
You know what
Someone
the cart
who-
looks like. You can describe it to him because you've seen it.
Well, I'll
Don't
try my
forget
best to
Denzin showed you it.
Yeah, he tries to describe it as best he can, and also ask like he would probably be in some sort of maybe in a rushed state of mind, not just slowly carting through, but seeming to be rushed.
Describe his cloak.
He didn't see it. Malcolm
I
didn't see it.
I
Oh,
didn't
right.
see it.
Kaplan would also be there for this, sir.
After hearing the sarcastic answer, Kaplan would chime in with whatever details he's got.
Being a tailor and your attention to detail, specifically clothing, you would have seen that it was a very deep burgundy, sort of maroon sort of colour, possibly silk. Not so much a cloak as a robe. You saw a golden trace embroidery on the cuffs, on the collar, but you couldn't, at the distance you were at, you couldn't make it out. But you did see it was embroidered. It's not the kind of thing you'd see on a person driving a car. They were very well dressed in a robe, whether they were noble, a spellcaster, whatever. He frowns. I'd like to help you. I did see one go through straight towards a keep. That might have been it, but he looks around at the crowd and goes, "I'm flat out, like a lizard drinking at the moment, mate. I'm trying. It's just chaos. The bloody worm's fine. Everybody's jumping ship. It's like a rats on a sinking ship."
All right.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could help there, sir.
You said heading towards the keep, and he did not see any turn of direction or anything.
I didn't. I saw it go past. I didn't track it. I didn't have any reason to. He
All right,
frowns. Roll a Ash. Roll a d20 for me. Okay. He frowns and there's a deep thought. He goes, "There was something odd about the cart. It wasn't there. One moment I was looking at a direction, there was nothing coming. I looked up and I heard it, and suddenly there was a cart there. I thought I just missed it, but it was so odd that it just came up so quickly."
That's the one.
That would be the one, yes.
Nearly bloody ran me down. If you find him, give him a flogging for me for bloody driving like an idiot.
Oh, I intend to.
Nod sternly.
All right, carry on with your duty, sir.
Gives you a lazy salute.
As far as this goes, Kaplan's going to say to Malcolm as they head towards the keep, "I really don't think running down a guard is going to be the worst of the charges. He's worst of the charges he's going to face."
Grand Theft Card.
Yeah, no. You're right, sir. I'm at a loss. It's gone. No one
If-
seems to be able to point us in.
I
No
reckon
one seems.
I reckon
Yeah.
we need to go to the keep. Because maybe he's got just in case he's got an alternate plan, which is to let the poison loose in the keep if they're found out. I think it's
I think you're right. Let's head to the keep and let's go by. I mean, to get the cart in, he would have to take it through wherever parting stable area is.
There's only one gate into the keep, man. It's a defensive structure.
Yeah, and as far as the one gate into the keep, he's not going to be able to get through cloaked. I'm willing to bet there's dispel magic on anyone who enters the keep just for
You do remember that it's one of the most heavily watered.
Yeah, it's one of the most heavily watered structures around. So he's going to have to go through the guards and explain what he's doing in the keep if he's there.
So gate guard next.
Yeah, gate guard next.
So how quickly are you guys moving?
Oh, I'm long strides.
So you're basically trotting, jogging.
No,
Running.
not as much jogging or running, just walking as quickly as he can.
Okay.
With determination.
So 20 foot around, gotcha. Denson. You make your way to the edge of the city, following tracks, trying to spot this cart. Find several carts, but they're not the one. To all intents and purposes, it has vanished.
I think he's come to the realization it's probably not come out this way.
Yeah.
He's going to make his way back towards probably the keep.
Yep.
And he's going to, on his way, he's going to use his stone to relay everything that's happened to his control. And
Received.
ask for and of course going to Summerford and the rest of it, and would they like him to go to Summerford and continue investigations there? He also asks them to look into where this golden frog's from. This the poison dart frog, and where it's found and how it could have got to be so prevalent and the rest of it.
That sounds familiar.
Any hints as to where a suitable climate would be for breeding these things and stuff like that within Solsgard? I know that's a fair bit, Ash. Sorry about that.
You're right.
But yes, he basically, as he's making his way back, he's following the route back in, basically to the centre of Solsgard from this gate to see if he can spot the cart on its way out. If that's all right. Do you need
Yep, give me a second. No. Give me a second. You're getting messages.
Excellent.
whilst our GM is typing,
Mhm.
someone has had a birthday recently. Anyone want to put up their hand who it is? 50 years old.
Oh, yeah, I'm not that old yet. 5 years off.
And does anyone know who's 50 years old?
I
No
know a
idea.
few people that are 50 years old.
Dungeons
I
and
know a few.
Dungeons and Dragons turned 50 years old last couple of days.
Yeah,
Congratulations
to
it's
that.
literally not as old as I am. I'm very depressed.
Yeah. Yes, they've changed their logo to a nice golden 50 with the dragon mouth and stuff like that. So yeah, happy 50th birthday, Dungeons and Dragons. Whilst
Yeah,
Ash is
absolutely.
feverently typing.
You have given us much escapism and drama at the same time, but that is the nature of humanity.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You have wasted so many hours of our lives in the best way possible. That's a good thing.
There you go.
Thank you, Ash. Yes, I increased my speed a bit up to, running speed.
Your haste would be finished by now, I'd say.
Yes, I know. However, I can double move all the time, can't I?
Yes, you can.
So I will be doing that, and I probably would have double moved with my haste in the first place.
You would have
to be
been
quite
running
honest, but
constantly. So you've been
I've
running this
been-
whole time?
Yes, and no, but he would have slowed and investigated the gate, so he would have had a
Yep.
break then.
So you've had
And
a
of
bit
course,
of a breather.
when he was reporting back, he would have been
Yeah.
walking.
So you would have had a
normal
few
pace.
breaks. I won't make you make a constitution save in that case. Running again.
Because
you-
with haste, you can actually move 120 foot at a time. Because it
Okay,
double
so
moves.
you
And
get
it's
to
double move, so
with where the caravansary is located. It's not actually that far to the edge of the city. So you get there with your haste in no time, and you almost make it back before it cancels out.
mhm.
Brief
Fair
relay, breather. There is no gate as such on the city. It is way too large and a
Yeah.
temporary structure. You actually get back to the intersection as Kaplan and Malcolm are talking to that guard.
hmm I catch up to them both. Afternoon,
you-
gentlemen.
We keep,
I
we keep bumping into each other, don't we?
We do. Well, since we're tracking down the same thing, that's probably why. I made it out to the gate. No sign whatsoever. There, so it's wherever the cart is. I believe it's still within the city. Just as a point, we may have another line of inquiry. I've been thinking about this. Toxic frogs maintain their toxicity with what they eat. So anybody who's transporting in toxic or poisonous bugs may well be involved. Perhaps indirectly, but it's another line of inquiry that we can look into to find the source. It gives us another angle of attack, as it were, to find out who these people are and to stop them.
We don't know. We need to find an expert on these frogs who doesn't work with a shattered hand.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I would suggest that the frogs pretty much eat any poisonous bugs or whatever, but I think the shadow hand came from the Great Wood, so I'm guessing that whatever toxic bugs or whatever that they eat are probably also from the Great Wood. So if we can find traders who deal in these things, because there's perfectly legitimate poisons out there and toxic substances for getting rid of rats and other vermin, for example, I would suggest that we do see if we can find something that's specific to the frog's diet that can point us in the right direction. I
And
would
you think
suggest toxic poison stuff coming up from the Great Wood would be
and do you think
unusual.
and do you think these frogs are actually in the city?
I suspect so. I suspect somebody has been breeding them up here. I suspect the Shadow Hand have their own supply.
I'm guessing 11 insight doesn't
Well, it depends on what he rolls against. What are you inciting on?
whether his source of information on the frogs.
You wouldn't get that from insight, man.
No.
You might doubt it, but it's not mind reading. You might kind of be querying why he knows so much or whatever.
All right. As far as this goes, it's generally because I know as a person that there were frogs in Singer's camp, but I'm trying to work out if Kaplan can make the connection to the
It's not
frogs actually
something-
being in the city.
It's not something you'd get through insight, man.
No.
And can I add,
I
I
mean,
would like-
Denzin is being truthful. If you could probably get that off your insight roll. He's telling you what he knows, and he's being honest about it.
He's telling you what he believes to be true.
Yeah.
Well, as far as that goes, Denzin did say, "Oh, I don't know," when Denzin has seen the frogs. That's all.
I would just like,
Ooh.
But which Kaplan does not know. I'm just trying to make the connection because he seems to the reason why is because Denzin made the connection of the frogs in the city needing food.
Yeah.
So
What
Kaplan is like,
Denzin's
hang
trying
on,
to
has
tell
he
you.
seen the frogs in the city? Type shit.
Right. No, Denzin hasn't seen the frogs in the city. What he's explaining to you is that the Shadow Hand came out of the Great Wood many years ago. Many years ago. They got kicked out. And
I will correct you there. Denson, you have seen the frogs in the city in the enchanter's tent.
Oh, yes.
Hence why I was trying to see if Kaplan can work out this connection.
Well,
that's all.
Denzin hasn't finished yet talking to you, so you have to let him sort of finish a bit so that you can get all the information. Right, he basically tells you. Hang on, I need to nip back to me. Right, that the Shadow Hand definitely would have had its own supply and secured its own supply to get this particular Golden Kiss poison. And that they have to be feeding them with something. Which is why he's telling you about the toxic poisonous bugs track. However, he has seen a few of these frogs. He managed to spot a few in that enchanter's
Does he say this out loud?
poisoned potion. Yeah, he's telling you. He did see a few of the frogs in that poisons tent. I can't remember what the bloody place was called now that burnt down.
Serpent and Souls. It's an
That's it.
enchanting place here.
Yeah. He said he did spot a few of these frogs in there.
All right, Kaplan's going to stop, turn around, look him dead in the eyes, and say, "And when were you there? And how long were you there before the shop exploded?" Looks him in the eyes.
That was after I was there.
No, that would be. There you go.
Are you telling the truth on a 24 insight?
No.
He is lying through his teeth.
Because I rolled badly.
Your suspicious nature is paid off, Kaplan.
Finally.
We need to have a chat later.
I can't
Kaplan,
imagine anything
Kaplan
that
says
can't
right
imagine
now we
anything
need
that you'd
right
want
now
to
we need
chat
to
to
get
me
the
about.
keep.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
So you guys keep heading towards the keep. We'll fast forward it. You have your brief moment with Kaplan while the other two keep walking on, ignoring. Fake Colwyn, Sam Smith. Have your brief distracted moment. Keep going towards the keep. Colwyn. You start heading towards the Golden Toad with directions from the guards. Come in, you see a familiar, extremely well dressed, similar to what he was wearing when you saw him at the start of the Great Race, Earl Jacob of Eastwatch. Ah, Mr. Smith, my good lad, how are you? And he seems
Well,
and he's beaming.
I'll be. Sorry, excuse me, just having a bit of a wind. Well, I'll be much better once I've got a paycheck in my hand, so I can square things away with my sponsor.
Good
Speaking
lad,
of,
I know where you live.
yes, you do. Speaking of, may I impugn upon your time for a brief conversation elsewhere?
Certainly, lad. Come back to my office. And he literally leads you into a room that is an office. And it's then that you realise that he actually owns this establishment.
Well, he owns it with a face that is good to own it with. That makes sense.
Oh, this is a legitimate establishment. He's drops any sort of facade. Righto, Colwyn. Give me the news. What's going on?
Can confirm that the worms are out there, they're edgy, and that the other rider, Jinhei, basically put me forward as the winner. There's something else he put me forward for as well.
Oh?
The red scaled dragonborn. He wants him dead.
Not our business, lad. You start delving into hide assassinations, you are going to get some heavy backlash from the Assassin's Guild. We don't want a war with them.
That's why I came to you first.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I want to take the contract.
No.
What I'm saying is that they should at the very least be informed that someone wishes to hire their services.
Well, how much did he promise you?
He promised me the Dragonborn's head weight in gold.
A broad smile crosses Jack's face. We could outsource, we can arrange to have someone do this from the Assassin's Guild and take our cut. They get a bit, we get a bit. Dragonborn's happy.
Absolutely. I mean, the money for me, while it's nice, once I get this payday, I'll be fairly happy. The main thing is that, my ability to get myself into situations that are perhaps a little tricky, but I think this has proven that every mistake within it has an opportunity.
Oh, the chaos of the shadows like has truly kissed you, my lad.
Grouping a criminal underground character with two crownsmen sounds like a very good idea.
I think I'll be fine. So, do you want to talk to them, or
Well, don't talk to the Assassin's Guild so much as you reach out to them. I have a device that I could sort of write to them with. It just randomly turned up one day. A hooded figure. They seem to know who I was, but let me put it this way: I don't fuck with the Assassin's Guild, lad. I don't know enough about who they are and who. I think I got knowledge of who 1 and 2 might be, but one time I had a chat with one of them that they don't remember. Thank God for that. They had no idea who any of the others were. Understand? Not even other assassins know who another assassin is. If you could find whoever the leader was or the master of the guild was, probably find that they know, and they'd be the only one.
And that would be the last thing that you ever knew.
Oh God, yeah. You think I'm dangerous, lad? I cannot even begin to
I don't
imagine
think.
how.
I know.
I cannot even begin to imagine how dangerous the guildmaster of the assassins is. But I'll reach out through my device here, and you just supply me with the name and whatever, and I'll put in a request with an offer of an amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think that
How
I'm
does
reasonably
halfway
good
sound?
with. I
They
think
get half
that
and we
is
take
more
half.
than. I think that's more than reasonable.
As you understand,
Provided.
I'm taking 5% of your cut, and for you not making a stupid mistake and getting yourself killed.
You're both generous and merciful.
Well, you're still alive, aren't you?
That's exactly what I mean.
That was undecided when you first met me, and now we're in cahoots. You're my buddy go-to man, it seems, half the time these days. Now, that being said, I need you to get in touch with that dwarf and find out what's happening with this Shadow Summit, with the chaos that's going on. And when that's happening, because this worm business changes everything.
No kidding. Right. He'll be next on my list then.
Good man.
I've got to keep this face on until business is concluded.
Yeah.
So.
Not necessarily. I mean, you only need to appear with that face at the ceremony, don't you?
True enough, but I've got a lot of eyes on me.
Fair.
I guess the adrenaline is wearing off.
Well,
It's been an interesting few days.
I'd honestly suggest showing your real face to the dwarf. Yeah. I'm sure
Naturally.
a sneaky bugger like you be able to slip into the shadows somewhere and change it up as needed without anyone seeing you. Got a lot of respect for how quietly you can move and how you can disappear, lad. And I have had people watching you, if you're wondering.
Never needed to wonder. In any case, I'll make Trax send a message to him, go and wash my hair, and check upon the agreed details, get back to you. It's going to probably need to happen quick, sharpish, as you know, given how they're looking to wrap up everything probably within the next 24 hours.
Yeah, I can't imagine this is going to take too long, mate. I imagine they're going to want to jump on it. Won't be surprised if the actual summit itself, not the shadow one, moves forward at a more rapid pace either.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for your time, Jack. My regards to your sister as always.
I'll pass them on. She'll be glad to have heard that you're in a force.
Oh, and there is a ridiculously beautiful woman out there who's just appeared. I'm sensing a trap.
Okay. What do you mean?
I mean, she's with the dancers.
Okay. That's fine. I'm not planning on doing any dances. And he sort of says that with a twist to the word. With any of the dancers, That
I know
little
you're
fat
not,
girl's bloody
but
like a savage mother hen, it seemed like.
hey, I see trouble. I communicate trouble.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I can't. Yeah,
And
beautiful
it's
women
no
are
meaning
always
of
trouble.
disrespect to yourself or to your intelligence network. It's more, well, there are some people who need to know for the need to know, and there are some people who need to know because they are stupid.
Yeah, that's
You
fair
need to know
enough.
because you need to know.
I'll pass the word. She's to dance camps off limits and to stay out, and anything relevant to that will be dealt with by you or by assigned agents. Check your
Okay.
mic, by the way, too, Denson. It seemed very robotic before. That was you laughing in the background, I think. Yeah, no, it's reset,
Yep.
dude.
Yeah. Nope.
Anyway,
Yes, our player is now conversing with
Okay.
us from the Mars Curiosity rover.
anyway, there we go.
Is that all right?
And yes.
So,
Uh,
go on.
I'm finished. He's going to move on somewhere, find somewhere to kind of slip the hat off, hopefully where no one sees, and then get a message to the dwarf to come and meet him for final preparations.
Or you could just go see the dwarf in the cave.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
All right. Yeah, well, I'll do that. But I'm happy to tag out for someone else for a bit if necessary.
Anyway, so you start heading towards Cape Jadis, heading back to the
Camp.
heading back to the camp for lunch. You organise the dancers into. You get ready to organise crackdown on it, only to find that Daisy is on the ball. Guards are snap, 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 keeping an eye on everything. Blood test is required to come in. Food is actually ready.
I knew I had chosen well.
Serene looks at her and goes, smiles and goes, "Done very well, Daisy. Could not have asked for a better second." We have some good news for you. Would you like to give it to Jadis? Or would you like to wait?
After.
After, okay. Daisy looks concerned. Serene reaches out, takes her by the hand, one hand on the back of her hand. "Don't worry, child, it is very good news. You will be extremely happy." Daisy frowns and looks at Serene from bed. Just there's a hint of confusion in her face. And then her eyes goes wide and she stares at Serene, almost in pure shock.
Jadis threads her arm through kind of Daisy's sort of like kind of hook her by the elbow and calmly meanders her over to her tent.
You hear Serene take charge of the camp behind you. As you do, and you walk off, you see her face blushing bright red.
Hustles into the tent, closes it, sits her down, and
That,
waits.
hell! I swear, it can't be.
But it
Very
is.
old. The very old have many tricks up their sleeves.
But he did. Well,
Some of them more
he
sneaky than
died in
others.
Honey Heath.
Clone died in Honeyheath.
I-
I
God.
did not know either. I only found out the other day.
How many very. What? How old is. How
That
old was he?
That I do not know.
I'm going to kill him again. She's stunned and she goes, Silver's alive. How?
I have not been told details, and I doubt we will ever be told details. Always
How many
has been.
faces has he worn? How many faces has he worn over the years? Do we even know him? And she just looks absolutely rocked to the core.
I grab her sort of like her face, sort of like kind of gently cupping her cheeks, and kind of make her look up at me. Face may be different, but heart is still there. Remember, we are dancers and we are bards. Costumes we wear all the time, but we know how to look for the actor and actress within.
He frowns,
You know
looks
him.
down. God,
You know him, regardless of what is on the outside.
she frowns, looks down and goes, in a quiet voice, it was always hopeless I had. There was no chance. Was
We are but children.
no. I'm careful with that.
But you are growing up. You will always be friends.
Mm. Children.
Children.
His pauses. Her.
But
She looks at you, gives a shy smile. Should I call her mummy?
please do. But do think of this. You now have idea of what to look for. You find somebody that measures up, they will be good. But you will have somebody there to support you and to help. Always. Even if they are bastards for doing it.
Oh, I mean, secrets are secrets. We all keep them, I guess.
Tis the way of our college.
God, I wonder if he. I don't even want to think about that. Just the random thought popped into my head that maybe he founded the damn college.
Though that would not surprise me in the slightest. There are strange personality traits that come out in some of the people here. This is suspicious.
Yeah,
But look at the number of people that have passed, the number of talent, the amount that we have, how it's grown. If
I've
he did,
always been like a family. Yes. We've always been very close knit as a guild.
Family.
Mm.
Can't say
Very
that is a
much
bad
so.
thing.
No.
Like I said, in heart, you know him.
I guess so. Thank you, Mistress Jadis. Gives you a
Anytime.
big grin, big sister.
Gives her a hug.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you kind of thank sisters. Hugs.
Gives her a hug
Hugs are good.
back.
Now,
Right, let's go make her
go.
life miserable.
You show him what you can do.
Oh dear.
And as she goes into the tent, into the camp.
Sending you a DM.
Yep.
And she is going to leave the tent.
Yep. Fair enough. Achiko, and what are you doing from there?
Definitely have something to eat.
Do you grab a bite to eat? Jada's hanging at the camp, or is she got to get out and do something now that she's a bit more free?
Well, we've got the performance, so after kind of having something to eat, she is going to need to drag Serene back to the tailor's shop to get that fitting done
Yes.
ASAP.
Yes. That's true.
So we
So-
basically have a couple of hours to get the kind of stage prepped and ready.
So you'll find that there's a lot of people that are willing there to help. Stage hands that are hired by the thing. People that are, it's not just for the dancers, though the performance is a huge part of it. It is also the centerpiece for the announcements, the winners of the Grand Melee, the Great Race, etc., etc. Various events that have occurred throughout the thing.
So it's like one last check on equipment, moving kind of stuff from the camp to the stage in preparation for the big thing.
Yep, tuning of instruments, checking of outfits, maybe a last performance check.
Do you want me to roll it?
You can do.
If I remember correctly, the stage literally backs on to where we're staying, so there's not
Yeah.
much actual distance to cover.
Yeah.
Oh
they're
no,
at
there's
the
not
side.
much distance to cover, but getting everything kind of set up and kind of properly
Coded up
kind of
to it,
sound
yeah.
checked and stuff. Yeah, ask Denzen Abrazar. Sound checks and setups are important, even if you're in the freaking hotel that you're performing at.
Yeah, usually there's a rough run through called a technical dress rehearsal, where you go through all the final things with stage crew, any scenery changes, etc., lighting.
Last minute
and
check.
then you will have after that, it's usually the day after, is a dress rehearsal to go through the entire performance as a run through, and then you do the performance.
Yeah, they've been doing that, building up to it anyway. It's just moved forward, so they haven't had the check for the dress rehearsal, etc.
Essentially, what they'll be doing now is shifting everything there, doing the dress rehearsal, and
Yeah.
getting the final things just in place.
Last
to be
minute
honest,
rush because it's all been moved forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, they thought that they'd have another kind of couple of days,
2 or
a
3
week,
days,
and it's like kind of going to be that evening. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, by that point, you're going to be 99.9% ready anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you've been through the technical dress and talked to the stage hands.
Yeah.
But But it can all be condensed sort of into one big dress rehearsal where you just tweak everything, little bits here and there.
Yep.
And then that's it. You're ready for the performance. Go.
So
Still going to take a couple
Food.
of hours at least. So
Yeah.
food and whatnot, and you are diving off to the tailors.
Yep.
I believe. Right. My
There
free
isn't there.
wandering lads chasing a cart. What are you doing?
Headed to the
Den's
keep, last
still
we
on
checked.
his.
So you head into the keep.
Yeah, Den's
I'm
on
going to
some
stop
sort of
by
laid
the.
back.
I'm
Can
going to
we
stop by
stop
the guard. Sorry. Yeah.
talking over each other? Sorry, Abrazar, what were you saying there, man? You were very quiet for once. It's not like you.
Oh, sorry. Yes, he literally Denzin's just on his way back to the keep, isn't he? He's got to come from the
You've
edge
caught
of the
up
city,
to him,
don't
and
forget.
you're all headed in the same
Right.
direction.
Yeah, so I just follow on with these guys.
So you're all heading to the keep. Malcolm, what were you saying now?
Yeah. As we're going up to the gate of the keep, if our aim is to go into the keep, I'm going to quickly ask the guard.
So you talk to the gate guards.
The gate guard has a cart with a hooded dwarf in what was it, burgundy colored cloak and hood come by.
We
Haven't seen them, sir.
Go on.
I've not
Very
seen them,
well.
investigator.
Very well. Thank you.
Did he describe the cart to them?
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, I'm going to.
He described the driver more to the point, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm describing the cart to see if it's passed through.
He
Because he
listens
might
and
have
goes.
disguised himself.
And when you mention it, he goes, shakes his head. Can't pass through these gates without the dispel, didn't you?
Of course.
And you remember that, sir. You know how heavily watered this keep is.
Well, this is true.
Unless they drove the cart up and over the walls, you know.
All right.
Yeah,
So
it's not
another
happening.
question then. Another question. Has a cart come through here at all in the last 5 to 10 minutes?
There's been a few, but they've all been going the other direction.
They're been going out from the keep. Okay.
Out from the keep down to the sand shore to get onto the sand ships.
Yeah.
Desert
Thank you.
ships.
Yep. So at that point, he turns back towards Kaplan and Denzin and goes like, "Well, if that adds up, then I think we can rule out the card actually have been coming into the keep."
True. So where was it going? God,
Yeah.
do you know
yes.
where the city's water supply is? Where it is?
We've got several wells throughout the area. Main ones here in the keep. There is a thinks looks at you. I don't think I should be talking to you about that. You should know the area yourself. But if you know,
Oh, would I actually know where all the wells and water
you'd know
supplies
that in the keep there is a
big cistern.
there's a passage that is fortified, guarded, that leads down to a large underground reservoir.
I turn to Malcolm and say, "Investigator,
Yes.
an easy way to get something suspicious into the water supply and perhaps hit the entire city at once if they have enough of it? Worth checking out?"
Well, it would have to be a water flow that connects all the sources in that case. I have talked to, who was it again? The commanding officer of the keep in the city about getting guards out to guard all these different water sources to make sure
One
no one
moment,
approaches.
it's McRae, Gavin McRae.
Yeah, I have been talking to Gavin McRae and I have had him post guards at all the water sources.
I think we should probably have a word with the commander and see if we can go and check ourselves. We might spot something they don't. we know what we're looking for after all.
That is true. Well, so the biggest water source would be here in the keep.
It
Well,
The
would,
main
yes.
source.
All of the water sources draw from that reservoir.
And I know that, so I relay it.
Outside of Dune City, all of those are capped and heavily barred and padlocked though when they're not in use. And they also have a thing where they can be collapsed into the ground via magic and buried, basically.
I am going to head inside the keep and head towards the main water source.
We might need McRae's permission to get down there.
Chris, you beep with your push to talk a little bit ago.
Have you still got that tattoo on you?
I do.
We need to talk to a dwarven magician about what that says, because that's made up out of dwarven runes.
Yes.
Whilst you check out the water, I reckon someone can go and have a chat to someone who would know that stuff.
He slaps the skin flap into Kaplan's hand with the fleshy side down into his hand. Here you go. You can go talk to him. I'll check the water source.
Ew.
Kaplan has one look at it, places it into a handkerchief he's got, and precipitates his suit.
Is he throwing up in his mouth a little bit?
You've never really seen you've seen Kaplan get a little bit you've seen Kaplan is relatively stoic, stony faced. You can't really tell what's going on most of the time. He's got this general happy look. You've seen him almost lose control a couple of times. He was peeved at you for this. Although his face turned back almost instantly, like.
We get the picture.
Let me get this right. Denzin, Malcolm, you're heading up to talk to McRae about accessing the water source, the reservoir.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Kaplan is heading up to the 5th floor to talk to High Lord Doran.
In all honesty, I think Malcolm would first actually head to where the water source is and see if he could actually talk to the guards to see if they would let him in the first place. Because it will not necessarily bully, but see if he could get access without the permission. Because in his sense, this is all about expediency.
So you head towards that. You going with him, Denzin?
I'm going to run up. I'll say, Malcolm, you carry on. I'll go and talk to Gavin McRae. I'll go talk to the commander about any permissions we might need. It'll save time. If you can get in, great. You know what you're looking for, vials of the substance.
Yes.
I will run up.
You head to the gate. This heavy portcullis set into the side of the set of stairs cut down into the earth, there into the rock, with a heavy portcullis at the bottom, guards at the top, guards at the bottom. I think he rolled it himself. He does a lot of that in the background. Malcolm, you come up to the guards and go, hold it there, sir. How can we help you?
Holds up his ID, his badge, and he's like,
I don't care who you are, sir. No one goes down without the commander's permission.
Very well. If I would be allowed to speak, sir, that would be appreciated.
Nods at you.
As I said, I'm investigator Malcolm Dustreader. I'm not sure if you've heard about the investigation going around about the water sources currently. I assume you've been informed.
I'm sorry, sir. All I've been told is that no one goes down without the commander's permission, High Lord's permission.
Very well. And I assume that word has been passed after I had a conversation with him. So
That may be, sir, but orders are orders, and he seemed to be very. I will not go against his word on this. It would be all my Skinner's worth. He'd hang it from his wall.
I agree. My friend is actually on his way up to speak with him now to get said permissions and
Very
maybe
well,
even
we'll
nominate
wait for
you
him
to
then.
it. Yes, but I would also relate to you the urgency and expediency of the importance.
I can send a few of the guard down that are signed here to what, if you'd like.
That's a good idea.
Very
Get them
well.
searching already. You know what they look like. You can describe it to them.
I'm standing there. You're not. But yeah, he describes to them what to be on the lookout for, and if you find something, please allow me to enter, because if any of this has already made its way into the water, the whole city could be in danger.
I understand. So I imagine that's why he's got us guarding it extra tight. Looks at his mate. Gory, be a good lad and give a yell to the guys down. Go down and see the gentleman inside the gates there. Have them do a send out a second patrol. I know they've just completed one.
And while I have you here, roughly the distance from where we're standing right now and to the actual water source itself, is it from here, the distance-wise?
Oh, well below the dungeon, so it's quite deep. I couldn't tell you how deep.
So it's more than 30 feet from here?
Yes.
Very well.
I will say that it does cover a large area, probably as large as the actual city at the moment. It is quite a significant reservoir.
Mm-hmm. Very well. But I would like to, when the moment comes,
Understandable, sir.
I would like to investigate it myself.
Not a problem, sir. There's a nice stone bench over there under that tree if you'd like to wait, or you can wait here with us.
I'll stand right here. And he just stands
understandable, sir.
Leaning slightly against the wall, just keeping an eye on the guards and the entrance down to the cistern.
Yep, guards go back to... Corey comes back up, the guard that he sent down. Both standing at attention, scanning the area around them, on watch. What you did gather from that is that they are regularly patrolling the area down there. Turns in, running up the stairs. You get I think it's either the third floor or the second floor, I can't remember.
One of the two, I can't remember.
Yeah. You get to the office of Gavin McRae.
I knock.
Who is it?
Denzin Jaggedhide, head gardener.
Come in, Denzin.
Hello,
come for a cup of tea again, have you?
Sadly not, sir. A matter of much urgency.
Oh?
It has come to my attention that there is a very bad poison that has appeared. It comes from a poisoned dart frog. Apparently,
I've heard of this, sir. It was reported to me some time ago.
Yes. Unfortunately, we have discovered quantities coming into the city.
Hold up. Why are you investigating as a gardener?
Because of the toxic nature of the substance. I was asked for
To
insight into the poison itself and to investigate it and to see if I could find some way of counteracting it.
we need to get a sample to you then. I'm not sure why you're running around investigating the actual things, though. That's different.
I'm trying to gather as much information about this poison as possible. Although I understand investigator Malcolm Dusktreader, is it?
Yes.
Is investigating the same matter.
A brace of
I
sort, but he
discovered
seems to
this.
know his things.
Yes, we discovered a cart which had a box of this particular substance in, and it was heading towards the keep. We lost sight of it, unfortunately, but we're worried somebody may be trying to get it into the cistern along with anything else.
I see.
I would like to ask permission for Malcolm and myself, at least, to go down to the cistern and see if our eyes, and I have seen vials of this, I know exactly what I'm looking for, and to see if our eyes spot anything that the guards perhaps might not have.
As you're
I
talking,
believe
he
Malcolm,
starts writing a message, a note, folds it, puts his seal on it, waits for you to finish talking.
and go down, investigate, and add our eyes to this search. I understand the guards will not let us down without your permission. A very wise
Understandable.
precaution.
Now you,
Yes,
sir, are going to tell me the truth as to why you are investigating it rather than trying to get a hand of a sample and investigating a cure, which just sounds like you were claiming someone asked you to do. Considering that you were on my staff, I would have been the one to ask you to do that. I have not, sir.
Mm-hmm. What do you know of? I'm aware of him, but he's high enough up that I am going to tell.
Yep.
Because actually, I do trust this guy, having known him for years.
Yep.
Shit, I can't remember the name of my organisation.
Crown
Takers.
Takers.
That's it. Can I ask what you've heard of the Crown Takers, sir?
I was there at the council when the king ordered their creation. It was put under the king's seal. Nods, frowns. I will keep that close and under guard, sir. Your identity will not come out except under most extreme of circumstances, and my life being forfeit otherwise.
I appreciate your discretion, sir.
Good luck.
This matter goes further than you think.
I would not be surprised. Do you require any assistance?
I will, sir. I must warn you. Baron Cedric Carnor. He is definitely not to be trusted. I am continuing my mission, and my mission is to eliminate all of those who are involved with this poison.
I understand your mission, sir. As stated, I was there in discretion.
Yes, there is a verifiable threat to the kingdom. I am on it.
Let me know
as I
what
suspect
you need.
Other gardeners are.
Let me know what you need, and I will aid where I can. But you being yourself and who you work for and what you do, I cannot be overt.
Of course, I will do everything I can to keep you out of sight in this matter.
Do you have sufficient monetary resources for what you're doing?
That is a good question, actually. I'm just looking at my inventory. No.
He will go to a small stone in the keep there, trace a pattern on it, and it will fade, and a safe will be revealed. You understand this is my personal fund, so I cannot take it from the organizations without it being queried.
I will
sorts out
talk.
and brings out a
I will
large
talk to
sack
my
of gold.
handlers. I
Large
will
sack that
talk to
includes
my handlers and see that your recompense, sir,
no need for the kingdom.
for the kingdom.
I have given my life, all of my life, in service to the kingdom. I see this as the
As have I.
same.
And I will.
He gives you the large pouch, clinks on the table as he puts it down. Add
The right
1,000 gold
soul
to your
bless you. 8,000.
1,000. You
Single
wish.
thousand. Yeah, I
You
do
wish.
Yeah.
Freaking, he's not that wealthy, man, to be tossing that around. You may know maybe one or two characters that have got that much wealth.
Mm-hmm.
This is not one of them.
Nevertheless, sir, your service to the kingdom
Yep.
should be compensated. You are helping us, we should help you.
As long as it does not practice, I am happy
It'll
to
get
do
to you
whatever.
without. It'll get to you and will appear.
Anyway, hand you the letter. This will see you inside. If it does not, you may tell them that to report to me after the
Of course, sir. Thank you for your assistance. For Sol's Guard.
hand across the chest, fist across the chest, over his heart. Go with Sol, sir, and for the kingdom.
I do the same salute because he knows it, obviously, having trained.
Well, it is the
Gives him the
Sol's Guard. It is the Knights of Sol salute.
Yeah, and he gives the Knights of Sol salute back, bows, and then rushes off back to give the guard the permission.
G. Kaplan.
Yo.
Racing up the stairs, quick as you can. Get to the quarters that the dwarves are staying in. Specifically, Clan Lord Doran's room. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What are you doing?
I'm going to knock on the door.
Bang, 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 bang. No answer. The two guards look at you and go, "Oh, lad, he's over at the bloody elven diplomats. The fancy elf's bloody room. Organising some stuff if you need him."
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Just be careful you don't run up to the doors. Maybe it's a bit. Okay, bye.
I'm loving this stuff. I really am.
As far as him
Right in
moving,
the halls.
as far as him moving within the castle, within the keep, if he runs everywhere, it's going to draw attention. So he's selectively running, and so when no one's when no one's around, he'll go as fast as he can. But other than that, he's just like walking normally.
Okay, and you've got high enough perception that you'd hear people coming before you saw them.
Yeah.
Get to the keep. Hey there, lad. You're looking for the? He's just in a meeting. He's just in a meeting at the moment. As you get to the elven guards, they see you coming, inform you that he's in a meeting with someone at the moment.
Who?
Well, obviously, Dorothy already knows that.
Yeah. At this point, he how good would his memory be to write out? I'm guessing there's dwarven guards outside as well.
There's a few.
Yeah, I got to turn that off. So what he does is he says, "I do request an audience with."
As you get halfway
Darn.
through, they bang on the door. Who is it? Some fancy sort of dressed humans here. See ya. Fancy dressed, right? Okay. Send them in, I guess. Sorry, and you here? What? Sorry. Landlord Doran. 1 moment. I'll deal with this and we can get back to our organising the transportation of people back to Tyson. Oh, it's quite all right, lad. Things happen. The leader's job is never done. Our time's never our own.
What?
And in you go.
What he's going to say is, no, it's fine, it's fine. I can wait.
Door's already open, man. They didn't wait on you. Well, don't be. Well,
All right.
so.
He says apologetically, "I'm very sorry for interrupting. I did not. I'm very sorry for interrupting. I did ask your guards. I did tell you guards that I could wait. But I request an audience with clan leader Darren Darkfist as soon as possible.
Okay, you're not
as soon
here.
as possible.
Okay.
On a matter of.
Oh, get it out, lad. Let's talk. Get it. Let's get this over and done with. I need to sort this, but we'll be here for hours yet. So I'll take a moment, sort you out, and then I can get back to this without having to worry about someone interrupting again.
I mean, I mean no offense to you, Lord Carrick, but is there a room aside where we may
just spill it, lad? I don't have time to mess around. You're not going to tell me anything that he's not able to hear. You seem like you're too fancy to be anything. He pauses and goes, "Oh, fuck you, that tailor." Carrick, if we might use one of your spare rooms, lad. Oh, yeah, sure. I've got a sitting room to one side here. Takes you, points to a door, and small sitting room, books, whatnot, lining the room. Landlord Doran leads you in, closes the door. Right then, Mr. Sneaky Bastard Spy Taylor, what can I do for you?
I was going to open with you know who I am, right? But obviously you do. But obviously you do. I'm your contact for the groundsman in the upcoming matters, which I do have to ask. At a later stage what will be happening with the summit.
Fuck me, I gotta move that forward too.
Yeah,
that I'll get onto that.
Yep.
Right, I'm still waiting on that.
I realize.
Lad Colwyn. Or Jason. Fuck me.
Well,
okay, tomorrow.
Well, I think I saw him. He has come back.
Oh, I.
I was wondering if you had an expert in dwarven magic in your party who I may trust.
He sits down on one of the chairs, strokes his beard, thinking, "I've got a rune speaker with me, but no one higher. Oh, you know who it is? Who I believe there's a rune cover here. Who would that be? I know there's one, not from my clan, so I don't know if I can order him to help you. But I do have a rune speaker with me. Not as high a rank as a rune cover, obviously, but they may be able to help you."
I have a rather disgusting piece of evidence which I would like translated.
Oh, I show it to me, lad.
And it's
Too much talking, not enough action.
and he pulls out the piece of skin attached to, pretty much permanently attached to the handkerchief now, pretty much.
Grabs it, takes it off, looks at it. Oh, give me a check. Digs into his pocket, looks at the thing. Oh, aye, those are dwarven runes. I can tell you what each individual rune means, but I couldn't tell you how they relate to magic. I'm no caster, but the ancient language I know. It's, a requirement for the clan, the bloodline.
I understand. And this rune carver speaker would know what this is, or
Oh, more than likely.
if you would be kind enough to to quickly pen a letter of introduction.
Oh, I can do that. That's no worry, Matt.
And once again, I do apologize for interrupting.
No letter. I'll just order him to help you. No, I gotta go back to Carrick. I gotta get. He's telling me about some bloody golden kiss, and whatnot. Don't. Bloody. Apparently, someone came to him about asking about it, and and McCree's got the bloody reservoirs locked down like a bloody nun's Cassidy.
Yes, well, you will find this out later. Yep. You will find out about this sooner or later. Although we just chased a cart full of it through the city.
Right, and did you catch it?
No.
What? Then what the fuck are you doing here, lad? That seems a bit more important than this, eh?
We lost the cart. We and because we lost the cart, we are here working on the assumption that they have a backup plan to do something bad if they are caught.
Oh, right. So, talk to me. What do you believe it? He looks at it, looks at the crapper skin, actually sees what the tattoo is. Oh, aye. The shadow hand and dwarven magic? What the? Oh. Oh. That's trouble. Stands up, walks out to the room. Carrick, have you got any curses with you? Any high mages? Any of that sort of business? An aged wizard, maybe? Not as such. Oh, damn. We need an archmage, but who? We need to find out who the most experienced caster is. After that little green git that's having a snooze. Pokes his head out. Oh, aye, lad. Can you go get me rune speaker? I mean, got notes everywhere. Rune speaker. Miss Dal Coldheart. I know she's not of our bloody clan, but she came with us. Off you go, lad. So, yes, sir. And sits down to wait. Would you like a bit of a Oh, sorry, Carrick, I forgot it's your room. Quite all right, sir. Would you like a cup of tea there? What was your name again, sir?
Is this Carrick?
That's Carrick. God, I hope the voice is bloody different to Doran's.
Yeah, I know. Just double checking. And yeah, it was. My name's Gregory, sir.
Pleasure to meet you, Gregory. Would you like some tea while we wait?
I have been running about a bit, if you don't mind.
I see. And you'll have tea's made and brought, and you guys wait. Denton,
Oh, hello.
breathing hard, you get back to the guards with that note.
Yep.
Sees the seal on it, looks at you, nods, opens it, reads quickly. Right then, right this way, sir.
Oh, am I coming through all right?
Yeah,
Because
you're coming through, right?
yeah, your mic's gone really sort of crackly and distorted-ish
Let
on my end. I
me.
don't know if
Yeah,
it's
you're
true
good.
for anyone else.
Am I coming through all right?
Yeah, everybody's
No.
been fine on my end.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
You're good.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just put up with it. Carry on.
Yeah. Might be a connection too. Right this way then, sirs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you are brought down, and you get to the bottom of it. It's been quick enough that the patrol that they were organising is just getting ready to go when you get down there.
All right. How does it look down here? It's like a huge open.
It's a huge. You got to go down very deep, several flights of stairs, probably several 100 foot underground.
Can I suggest a description?
Hmm?
Has anyone ever seen? Has anyone ever seen any of the Dune remakes? And this is when Paul is like brought in to see the cavern with the water of life.
Nope.
The massive underground cavern.
Nope.
That's how I'm picturing it.
It's basically
one or
carved
two.
out of stone with water everywhere, walkways around it, both natural and man-made across it, and it is beyond massive.
All right. Denzin, if you don't mind,
Wow.
see if you can look around and see if you see any sort of vials or anything you can
Yeah.
spot out of the unusual. I'll have a closer look at the water itself.
Good plan.
So
And yep.
let's
all
call it
areas might
survival
be
to
hidden.
check the water.
I
or
have
Arcana.
You can go with Denzin first. I have an idea for what I want to do with the water.
Denzin, what are you doing?
Yes, I'm going to hunt round for the for any signs of vials.
They're at the bottom of the thing, or you go.
I'm sort of navigating and tracking at the moment. I'm trying to see if I can find anything. I mean, obviously, there's going to be the guards' tracks.
Yep. So
But
survival for me.
Yeah, I get advantage on this. Bear with me.
No, as human, a base.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
What
What is with my rolls today?
Lots of guards tracks.
I'm still looking in every corner and things like that. So,
So you remember when I said?
investigation.
So you remember when I said how large Dune City was?
Yep.
The reservoir actually expands out past where the Dune City was, all the way to the edge of where you think the stone would be ends, and the foundations there, and slightly under that under the desert, and further out on all directions.
It's like a huge open underwater lake or underground lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You could
So
literally. It's
not
big
like
enough
one.
that if you were so inclined, you'd actually go sailing on it.
Okay, so it's
Right.
firstly I was like imagining like a slightly bigger spring that branched off into rivers to other wells in the city, but
No.
it's like one giant lake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
it
I
is.
am going to sort of look. I sort of is talk to the guard. Go back and talk to the guard and sort of go. Is this the only way into this lake?
Well, unless you climb down one of the well holes, yeah. But you could always dig through solid stone if you're so inclined and you got the ability.
The well holes.
Aye.
Do
Most of
we
them
know
are
where they
uncovered
all?
at the moment.
Most of them are covered. Did you say?
Most of them are uncovered at the moment due to the city being active.
I see. Do we know where these well holes
Aye,
come out in the lake?
the High Lord's got the map. Oh, in the lake, yeah. We'll pass by him as we go on a patrol, and all of the walkways will lead nearby him.
Thoroughly search any openings that go to the wells, please.
Yep. I'm going to leave you
And
two there for that.
preferably into the tunnels and to the wells
Okay.
themselves.
So that's what your plan is,
Yeah.
and we'll do several rolls across that in a bit. Malcolm, what was your plan?
I am going
Going
to
forward.
lean down to the water, have a look at the
Mm.
water, and I'm going to grab my amulet of Far Eye. I'm going to hold my hand over the water, and I'm going to cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Nice.
You feel the cool touch of the shadow of this area close around you and your tightly held medallion. Close your eyes for whispered prayer to Faria. You call upon her aid. Then you get a sense of purity from that water.
How about around my vicinity? It has a 30 feet reach.
There is no sense of poison.
Okay.
You do get a small ping, but when you look, you find a small, non-dangerous spider.
All right.
Yep.
He stands up and looks to Denzin and the guards in their vicinity. And he's like, well, so far so good. The water has not been poisoned yet, at least. And that is some small good news. So
Excellent. Then there's still
now
time.
it's time. So now it's about fortification.
So I'm going to jump from you guys there
Yeah.
to Jadis. And probably going to finish up on this scene since it's almost midnight, 1:45.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Jadis, you finish your lunch.
And
And-
head to the tailor's.
And off you go towards the tailors.
I do keep my ear out, kind of as we're traveling through, for basically potential gossip and whatnot. So everybody's packing up and leaving, and
There's rumours that the big event, that the dances, the entertainment, all of the entertainers that have been brought in are putting on their performances tonight. The big thing being the award ceremonies and the dancer and bardic guild's presentation. And everyone's talking about it. Some have seen managed to hear, not see, the preparatory things, the practices, and they're all whispering about how amazing it sounds.
awesome. So we make it to tailor shop.
You make it to the tailor's shop, and you are greeted by, is it Jeffrey?
Yep.
Yes.
Jeffrey Taylor. Oh, welcome back, Mistress Jadis, Mistress Serene.
I am afraid we are going to have to move up job to as soon as possible.
Oh,
They have moved performance to tonight.
let me try to get in touch with the Master Tailor. You receive a message via send there, Kaplan. Need you urgently back at the shop.
Regarding?
Dancers require ASAP performance tonight.
I
And
say,
use your words.
sorry?
I was just saying, use your words. You got 20 more words to go, man.
Oh, well.
Short and to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to say, exactly what is deadline?
He turns to you there, Jadis, and goes, what is your deadline?
I need it in the next couple of hours.
And that's passed on to you, G. Kaplan.
And G says, please tell him I will attend camp and do the alterations on the fly there within 2 hours.
Okay. And that's transmitted to you. Relayed to you.
I look at Serene.
She shrugs and goes, so we can look at alternatives in the meantime.
Yeah, and it's saying because at this point, Jeff, at this point he also says, if you, Jeffrey says, if you can please tell him the fabric is very delicate, and this does require a master tailor. No offense. No,
He's already
no
said
offense.
that he went straight, I've got to contact the master tailor. He's not even offering to work on this.
Yeah, I know.
Fabric is so delicate, maybe not doing it at camp would be best.
That quite, as long as I will relay to him, and we can organise it here. We can even provide some sort of cloak to protect it en route to the performance if you would require. Just, I know time is tight and you may need to dress from here and go straight to the performance. I don't know. We'll do everything we can, though.
We only have a couple of hours. It will take him time to do alterations. Maybe we would be best finding other tailor.
There isn't anybody else.
Jeffrey looks regretful. He wishes he could do something, but he knows that this costume is beyond his ability.
She swears into Tabaxi.
Jeffrey blushes.
So we just sit here and wait.
I wish I could help. I'm not sure where he's gone or what he's doing. Unfortunately, I can assure you it's probably of that important. Though that is no sort of solve, I'm sure.
Well, he clearly has split loyalties between stuff here. Surely he should have somebody who has his same skills here to replace.
I've never worked with this fabric and I'm the next best seller in this shop. And I would require his authority to work on it.
I will go back to camp and wait. Seems like little else I can do. And she leaves the shop.
Regan just looks at Jeffrey. It's a I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed look, and walks out following you. She looks at you as she walks, goes, well, that was unprofessional of them.
Incredibly.
Though we did tell them that they had days originally, but we did not know that the change was going to.
There is that. But at the same time,
What
I
is more important
understand.
than... Sorry,
I understand that he has other obligations, but do you
Tenzin,
not?
just some weird noise coming through, man. There you go.
Yeah, I've got it.
But it is important to maintain cover properly. Fact that his second in command cannot give reasonable excuses to why Master Taylor is not available.
Well, cover? Is frowning at you.
You do not. I will explain later.
Looks at you, frowns. Very well.
Back to camp.
Back to camp. And we will close it up there.
Yep.
With Malcolm and Denton checking her out the reservoir, Kaplan having a nice cup of tea with an elf and a dwarf, waiting on a dwarven rune speaker, Colwyn going to meet said dwarf, I think was the next step, wasn't it, for you?
Yes, that's correct.
He's getting interrupted yet again. Good to be important. Very
Right,
last.
it's not brandy.
You know what? Very last scene for the session. Colin, as you get up to the door to the 5th floor, having been directed to the elven rooms from the dwarves, telling them that the High Clan Lord is there. The Clan Lord, sorry, is there. The dwarven guards look at you kind of wryly. The elves look at you. Sigh. Knock, knock, knock. And you hear it. Oh, for fuck's sake, who's interrupting us now? And that's
I
where
can
we'll
come
close
back
it.
later.
Oh, fuck no. I've been looking for you, lad. Come on.
And that's where we leave it, is it?
And that's where we're going to finish the session.
I love how everybody's just ignoring the guards in front of the door and just walks straight up to the door and knocks on it.
I think the guards have bloody given up on us by now.
You just barge past
Oh,
them. They're just
God.
like, whatever. Well, fuck. Your characters have been there in and out that often. It's not, they know you to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
It was.
Yeah. There's always stuff going on, it seems. Righto, let's do a thing. Malcolm, who's your MVP?
Oh, this is a very hard one because everything felt so equally interesting all across the board. For me, everybody had very good moments, and I can't really think, at the moment at least, I can't really think of a single moment that really stuck itself out more than any other people's performances. Just brilliant work all across.
Good for the GM.
Oh,
Yeah.
you get it.
Honestly, I've wanted the GM having to juggle so much.
Did it to myself, man, by making it this complex.
Yeah, you can. You get a free reroll.
Do you really want to give me that?
Nope.
No. Hell no. Bad enough as it is.
No, it's very very hard for me. This roundabout, a lot of interesting stuff going on. Very good. I'm gonna have to pass because I can't either that or I'll have to do a roll of a dice.
Honestly, for me at the moment, if this helps, is just how well Denton's managed to dodge most everyone trying to uncover who he is.
Well, yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Denton, with his deception, very, very well placed up until one point where it did not work in your favor at all. On behalf of Kaplan's very well insight
But
check.
yeah, I really respect how well he's managed to keep who he is from everybody else.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. I've never seen anyone be able to dodge that shit so well.
Tar.
I mean, in Malcolm's head, it's like, okay, he's a gardener, he knows his herbs. None of this still makes any sense, but okay.
Well, he doesn't really know you all or trust you all that much yet.
No,
So
that's true. But yeah, thanks for that, Ash. That actually helped a bit. So yeah, with that in mind,
It's really tricky
I'm going to give
because
it
it's
to.
almost sorry.
I'm going to give it to Denson because yeah, that is actually
yeah.
pretty amazing how you managed to dodge all that.
one does
Right.
one's best.
Jadis.
Honestly, aside from chasing a cart, there hasn't actually kind of been much today.
Yeah, it's a pretty quiet session. It's gone into another build-up phase.
So I'm going to abstain.
Abstain? No, it's quite alright. You can do that. Kaplan.
Bring up that Denson has successfully hidden his affiliation this long. Bravo. But the only I'm gonna have to give it to the only other MVP. Nothing personal against anyone. The only other moment which shouted MVP to me, as I said, everyone's done excellent, but there are moments which shout MVP. That has to go to Sam Smith when he says, "Oh, so you don't want the prize then? Fuck off." And for the name, I'm going to go the Great Cart Chase.
Yeah.
So voting
right.
for Colwyn, and the name is the Great Cart Chase.
Did you have something for the name there, Malcolm, since we're doing this on the first pass instead of coming back to it like we normally do?
Yeah, I was thinking something along the lines of Water in the Deep.
Why have I got that song going in my head now? Rolling in the Deep.
And I apologize for listing the name straight up, but this is the way we did it last week. So I thought.
Yeah.
Never
I
mind
missed
me.
it. No, Jadis has abstained. Name Jadis.
I honestly, I kind of, the only thing that I could think of during the whole kind of thing was the fact that I kept on hearing the Benny Hill music in my head with this cart jet. So I'm going for the Yakety cart.
Yakety cart.
I was going to suggest On the Trail of the Pink Panther.
Okay.
Guys, copy. Even humming music may set off YouTube's copyright detection. So
anyway, Denson.
Yes. This is that everybody's right. It was everybody did epically well.
It was a solid session. There was nothing really stand out.
I still love Jadis's interactions with her boss. They make me uncontrollably giggle. That was
Well, I mean,
another good one.
I honestly hope that you've all clicked at who it actually is now that we've slapped you with it.
Oh, well, yeah, I kind of figured it out straight away anyway. But
Yeah.
it was, yeah, I love the interactions. I think they're great. I think you've really got something going there. I think that's fantastic. And Colwyn's just Sam Smith character. I absolutely kind of love the Sam Smith character. I think you've done really well with that one, Ed. So, seeing as I gave it to Vanny last week for her interactions, I think I'm going to give it to Colwyn this time, because just this whole Sam Smith character and how blunt and how kind of different to Colwyn is, you know, how he's really managed to bring that alter ego to life. But I loved some of the interactions of Kaplan trying to get everything done and Malcolm being totally confused at times. That was really well played, Nod. It would, yeah, I loved it all. I thought it was great, and of course, props to Ash for actually being able to navigate his way through that. I'm not quite sure how you did.
One thing
As
at
far
a
as the
time.
name goes, I'm trying to think of something clever based around a cart. I've now got Rolling in the Deep going round in my head. Thanks, Nord.
Here we go again.
Yeah, and I can't think of a name, so I'm going to pass on that one.
Honestly, if
yeah,
Jadis had gone down, I would have suggested Reservoir Cats, but never mind.
Yeah, but yeah, The Hunt for the Golden Kiss could be another one, but it's up to everybody else. I think I'm completely gone this week on names. So
That's another thing I actually enjoyed. I had to laugh a bit to myself. It's like Asher very obviously gave Vanny the opportunity to, like, okay, so you see Kaplan in a hurry going a certain direction, looking like he's in a hurry. You see this? Are you? No, fuck that. I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yep.
It was like an open invitation.
No, it's just with her passive perception, she would have seen it. It wasn't an invitation.
Yeah.
It was just that his role was shit. Your passive perception is higher. You see this. She would have seen it.
The thing is if she doesn't really have anything to do with kind of your guys' investigation at the moment. She's not been told anything about it or what's happening.
Nope.
And I mean, yeah, she saw the cart kind of go past. She's seen a lot of carts go past, but it was rather odd that he had sort of like kind of such fancy clothing. But she's got no idea about anything to do with it. So it's like,
all right. As far as this goes, can I just point out that every time Kaplan's tried to update her, she said, "No, piss off." Just saying. But that's we're getting off topic for the MVP votes.
Jadis had a lot of stress on top of her head trying to run the camp and everything as well.
Very true. I do believe Ed needs to MVP.
Yes, Colwyn.
Yeah, my recommendation would be Denzin.
Oh.
Mostly because of I think that there is some interesting interplay of, I'm kind of picturing various branches of police or whatever trying to investigate around each other while saying, I'm not telling you where I'm from, what I'm doing. It's almost farcical for it, and no one touches each other. It's actually given me reminders of the movie Saw, where these people who they would be able to sort this out if they all kind of work together and trust each other. But no, there's danger here, and so it could potentially go horribly wrong. But yeah, in terms of I think the most interesting action, it's got to be Denzin. And as I said before, props to the GM for. It's not just doing the job. There were so many different things that you ended up having to cover this weekend, and whether or not you've brought it upon yourself, as I say, that isn't what's up for debate. What's up for debate is whether or not you do a good job with it, and you did a good job with it. There were plenty of things that came out during my campaign that I was just like, oh god, and some of the times I did pretty good. Other times it was just kind of like, yeah, fuck it, that'll do. That's what's happening. But you, took it seriously.
I gotta say though, with the amount of back and forth for Asher, I mean, we did split the party once, and the one party that remained also has split. So there's there's a lot going on.
Oh, we're almost back together.
Yeah, and that's honestly the nature of the beast sometimes.
It is what it is. You know, you guys it is such a big area that you're playing with this city, this temporary city that emerges, and there's a lot going on. There's stuff that's visible and everyone knows about, like the performances, the summit, and the presentation. But then there's a shadow side of it, the threat to the safety of everyone, as well as the shadow summit and the summit. And God, what have I done to myself? Name it.
Ed, we got a name suggestion.
Um, another fine mess.
Yeah.
Have a fine mess. Yep.
Now that is a very old
It-
reference, but I feel that it's appropriate.
I mean, this campaign has been littered with very
Right.
fine messes.
I'm going to roll a dice here, and if it's 15 or higher, I'll tell you something. Right. I've got an option here. I can roll a d20 and have Colin and Denman play my odds or evens each and roll it to see who gets it, or I can just do what I normally do and say, congratulations, guys. Take your bonus roll, which is what I'm going to do.
Oh, that's very generous and kind of you, sir.
Is it each or just one part? Kind of one for everybody to choose when.
One each for Colwyn and Denzin, was it?
I don't. Out of curiosity, Tris, that when I'm trying to remember an actual interaction between you and Jadis. I know that she's a bit tried to give Farris some advice. I know that she tried to give Malcolm some really badly burnt coffee because he really made an ass of himself coming in initially.
She's talked to him in the tailor's shop, but past that, I'm not
Yep,
sure.
and he's also been in the tent during some of the updates when both groups were together.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
But her problem was with Malcolm more than anyone.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious as to when she's basically told G to fuck off.
She's basically doesn't want to borrow of Malcolm because he came in like a buddy Minotaur and a Saisei shop initially.
Though with the coffee, she deems them equal now.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Well, that, and he also apologized. But
There's that too.
But cats are vindictive.
We are.
yes.
All right. I'm go- all right. For the record, session 24. This Colin continues to race. Malcolm and Kaplan go to A2 to update people, and a shoot off by Jadis.
25. Was
I
that the
think it's
coffee bed?
Episode 24.
24. Was that Serene? Because Serene pretty much came in and told anyone that wasn't a dance to fuck
Serene
off,
came in
basically.
episode 24, in session 25, not 24.
I'll have to look at it, man, because I don't remember it.
No, I don't either.
24.
I remember we were shoot off in the manner that.
Hold up. 24. She wasn't even here, dude.
Yeah,
If I
that's what
remember
I'm
correctly.
saying. That's what I was going to say. Because Malcolm came into the camp to see who was there, and since Vanny was gone, it was her like pushing him away because she was busy reprimanding the kiddo with the pots.
That was a whole DM doesn't want to deal with piloting someone's character bit.
Yep.
That would be why I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, well, it was. Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, I didn't realize that it was an autopilot thing. But all right, my bad. But yeah,
Yeah, that's why I didn't
she
remember
has.
it either.
Technically, she hasn't. So
yeah, we were shoot away, or I think at least Malcolm came in alone, and then she was like busy. Shush, I'm working with this young one.
Yeah, that was a whole DM with the answering machine. The character you were looking for is not presently actually here.
the session ended 15 minutes ago. So let's decide the name and end the stream, and we can chat later. Sorry to.
Name is you're right. Name. We've got 5 of them there and out of a character. Chat. What are people thinking?
I'm going to stick with mine if I can.
Go for it.
The Great Kart Chase. Still.
Colin, what are you thinking?
Oh,
Yes, go on, Becca.
Dune City job. As opposed to the Italian job.
I like that.
Yeah.
That gets my vote.
Yep.
A Dune City job. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Colin and Denton, on your reroll. It's only a single session, so next week, since there's 2 of you that got it, it's a single session.
No problem. To be fair, if I roll as badly as I did this time, I'm going to need it.
Yeah. As for the whole thing, it's why I couldn't remember why Jadis actually having done that, because I was thinking, when was the interaction? I'm trying to think, when would Fanny have said that?
And it was
I'm like, wait, no, when you actually said it in the session, I'm like, thinking, I'm like, no, she wasn't actually there. That was me.
I was working that weekend.
Yep.
I'm not sure, but I'm not sure I was there either.
No, you weren't. You were off picking herbs in the...
No, I was off getting very muddy in a field, is what I was.
Your character was off picking herbs in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was, at least that's what everyone was told.
Yeah, it was just it was just me and Tris doing our investigative part, and then Ed with his horse race or dog race. Yeah.
Yep.
That was awesome, by the way.
Yes. Fucking ninja Batman.
Yeah. Yeah. Only Ed could disappear into the desert and come back with a assassin's contract.
Wait.
That
So-
really bloody interesting.
It was.
If Colwyn is Batman, does that make Tanya his Lucius Fox?
That's not inaccurate.
All right. I'm gonna end
Nice.
this stream.
Okay.
After this, just to
Thanks
Yeah.
for coming in, guys, and watching. If you have, happy birthday D&D. I think was in there.
Yes.
If we leave the stream going, I guarantee we'll talk for hours and on end. It'll be just random bullshit that we're coming up with.
Yeah.
Thanks for
And at
watching.
that
yeah.
point, you might as well move it to nice to chat. But yes, goodbye.
Yeah.
bye.
And-
Countdown.